Yo, 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 yo.
Heard, man.
How's everybody doing? Good morning, everybody. Kaya, good morning. Coach Xavier.
Black Lives Matter.
How's everybody doing? Not bad. So Nico Harris got fired. Oh shit. Oh my god. Nico Harris is getting fired. Life is just funny, bro. I mean, why are they even firing him? Cold world, y'all. Cold world. Ten Central. Mavericks are firing months after the jarring, stunning Luka trade, a move for which Dumont took accountability and accepted. Ugh. So he's scapegoating Nico then. Hmm. That was one of the stupidest trades ever. Won't even lie to you. And the shitty part about it is that it bailed out the Lakers. It bailed out LeBron James. It bailed out everybody, you know? Everybody on the Lakers side it bailed out, you know? Because Anthony Davis was at the end. You know, he was literally at the end. The Lakers should be forever great. Hey, the Lakers they have been at the receiving end of two of the most lopsided trades ever. You know what I'm saying? Now, back in 2008, they made a trade for Pau Gasol, right? So let me give a little history behind that. The Lakers were trying to get Kevin Garnett. They tried to get Jermaine O'Neal. They wanted to pair one of these guys next to Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant, you know, before the trade was threatening to leave. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to win, you know what I'm saying? So he was threatening to leave and all of that stuff, right? So he was loud about it too, you know? So he felt like the Lakers was just using him to sell tickets, which they probably were. So anyways, before that, they were talking about getting Garnett. They were talking about getting you know, uh not even Pau Gasol, but they were talking about getting Jermaine O'Neal, guys like that, right? So after that, the Lakers did something really peculiar. They were number one. Let me say this again: the Lakers were number one in the West at the time. Okay, they had the best record in the West, right? So the Lakers were getting better, but you know they were getting better. So, anyways, Andrew Bynum, I think at the time, if my memory serves me correct, he was averaging like 17 and 10. Looked like a legit like second option to Kobe. He was fucking amazing. You know what I'm saying? And then Andrew Bynum dislocates his kneecap, and he's out for months, right? So, anyways, um, then they have a trade that they get Kwame Brown and stuff for Pau Gasol. Okay, when the Pau Gasol trade happened, when the Pau Gasol trade happened, Pau Gasol fit like a fucking glove, bro. He fit immediately. He fit so well. He was drawing double teams. He was passing. You know what I'm saying? Like he was like Jokic before Jokic. You know what I'm saying? Like he was just that type of big man. You know what I'm saying? He was drawing double teams. He had a feel for the game, right? Like one of the best trades that one could ever make, right? So the Lakers were number one, right? And they were on the right course. Kobe Bryant was stomping his feet before. And then all of a sudden, you know, he wins MVP. They're number one in the West. And then, then Kobe Bryant went on to win MVP. To me, like the '08 playoffs was probably Kobe's best playoff run. I felt like, you know, I was just looking at this team and I was like, is this team really about to make the finals? Anyways, I was thinking at the time, I was like, there's no way they beat San Antonio, right? San Antonio just won the NBA championship, bro. I watched Kobe Bryant annihilate the fucking Spurs, bro. When I tell you, I was like, oh, he's just going to lose to the Spurs. Annihilated the Spurs. Meanwhile, a year before, I'm watching I'm watching the Spurs just pick LeBron apart. You know what I'm saying? Just pick him apart. Just made him look like amateur. And it's stuff like that people, that's the context that people will just never understand, right? About how Kobe Bryant picked apart the Spurs, right? And what the game was then versus what the game is now and what Kobe did against the Spurs, right? Like history would tell you that oh, Bron is this and Bron is that. But I remember those days, and this is why you need historians on the timeline to like tell you the truth and not tell you lies. But that '08 series when Kobe was playing against the Spurs, Kobe and the Lakers was playing against the Spurs. Kobe fucking picked them apart, bro. Especially in that game one. Oh my God. It was a surgery done with clinical like precision. You know what I'm saying? That's how he like ripped them apart. And and you know, they played against Boston. Boston eventually won. Kobe won the next year. Then he beat Boston a year after that when everyone was there, right? So, you know, that trade literally changed the course of Kobe's career, okay? So, follow me on this concept here. You get talent, you win, okay? You get talent, you win. All right? Kobe was given talent. Kobe won with talent. Follow me. Let me walk it back for again, y'all, right? Kobe got talent. Kobe won. All right? LeBron, y'all follow me here? Y'all follow me? LeBron James gets talent and wants to get traded. He gets Luka fucking Doncic handed to him. He wants to get traded. He's bitching. He's bitching behind the scenes. Okay? Anthony Davis couldn't carry the team because Anthony Davis is a different type of player. Luka Doncic is carrying the Lakers. And not only that, Austin Reeves is carrying the Lakers. Okay? So, even if you had Anthony Davis, Austin Reeves, LeBron James, why weren't they winning? LeBron James is getting carried by white men. Okay? And he's mad about it. Mad about it. Kobe Bryant was given talent. Kobe Bryant won. Pau Gasol, Pau Gasol wasn't even considered that type of player. Give Kobe Bryant talent, he won. All right? Give LeBron James talent, he pouts. Okay?
Give Steph Curry talent. First round exit.
When
Playing.
did you give Steph talent and he lost in the first round?
Oh, second round. My bad. Last year. Well, you were in the play-in, weren't you? The year before. Didn't you lose in the first round against
When
us?
did you give? Because your original statement was you give Steph Curry talent, and he lost.
2020.
Matt, when are you gonna retire Nico Harrison's jersey in the rafters?
Circle.
Raise a banner for him, okay?
All right, love you.
Hang him up for him, okay?
All right, Benji.
Fucking pay Nico Harrison to get Luca. What a
Oh.
fucking snake.
Mad little Google, give me a little kiss.
Man, go hang his ass in the rafters.
Give me a little kiss.
One thing you can
Didn't you lose in the first round in 2023?
one thing you can never describe this network as is boring. You know what I'm saying? You can describe it as a zoo, but you can never say this shit's boring. Oh, Matt, we got OKC tonight.
I'm actually rooting for the Warriors again. Laker fans, if you're rooting for the Warriors to fucking loosen that, you're an idiot. We need some OKC losses. We're going for the Warriors tonight. Chris, yes we do, bro.
Do you think y'all can catch OKC?
Probably not. Obviously, they're a younger team. They're more motivated than our. I'm telling you. Remember what I told you before the season, Urkel? Teams with LeBron, Steph, KD, we don't care about seeding, bro. I promise you. As long as we're a top 6 seed, we're fine. I feel like.
Then why are you bringing back LeBron? You don't need him. You're winning games without him. You got Rui. He fits in the system way better than LeBron.
Are you stupid?
LeBron just sits in the corner.
What are you talking about, you little fucking Filipino slugger? I love when Benjo talks normal, bro. I love that
He always
shit.
talks normal. What do you mean?
Nah, last season, Urkel, he was horrible. He was horrible. He would just come on here and scream and call me fat. Didn't even talk.
Matt, I think it's an indictment that y'all are winning without LeBron James.
You see it that way, and I get it. It's smart of you to spin it that way, but it just shows me that our team is improved. And that's all we want. That's all Laker fans want is to win games when LeBron is out. I don't wanna be a fan of a team who can only win when LeBron is playing well or active. That's not a championship caliber team.
Mm-hmm.
So I understand narrative wise, some Steph fans are enjoying this, but Laker fans truly like this is what we want. I don't want to stand a team who cannot win a single game without LeBron. That is a recipe for a horrible season and a bad team. Especially at LeBron at this age, bro. We're supposed to win games without LeBron. I'll ask you this, Urkel. If LeBron was out the whole season like this year, and we had AD instead of Luca, what would our record be?
I don't know. I don't know, but see, Laker fans do this thing, right? They think, oh, if you add LeBron James to that dynamic, y'all are just going to be 12 games better, right? And y'all don't consider the fact that if you add him, it might be law of diminishing returns, right? That's what y'all don't consider. I'm not saying that y'all are going to be trash, but what I am saying is that if LeBron James comes back with the whole ego thing and doesn't do Le Draymond, the Lakers are not going to be good. He has to be Le Draymond.
He was doing the Draymond last year. Just it wasn't
He
consistent.
wasn't. He
He
wasn't.
wasn't doing the Draymond every game because
He has to be Le Draymond now.
he
This
can be
is
the
what,
Draymond.
this
He
is what
was-
you're going to be. If you're going to hang around for this long and you get gifted so much talent, at some point, you are going to have to take a step back, let your ego go, and be Le Draymond. Draymond has made a great career for himself. You know,
Don't ever compare that bum to LeBron James. He's not
He
even.
won 4 rings like LeBron, you idiot. What the fuck you
Don't
mean?
ever compare that bum.
Didn't Draymond won 4 rings? So they're kind of equivalent. That you think about it.
Benjo, can you be quiet?
No, I'm speaking facts, you fat ass. Now listen. You see how you guys are winning games? You guys are playing too much hero ball or iso ball. Ain't gonna work in the playoff. You know that?
Okay, then how are we winning more games than you?
Just wait. The season just started.
Also, you're gonna get better. You're gonna get better.
Yeah,
You're gonna win tonight.
yeah.
You guarantee it.
We got numbers against the OKC. Yeah,
You guarantee your win tonight.
yeah.
All right, Papa. I'll see
You guys barely beat the fucking D League fucking Hornets.
And you didn't beat a guy who stole from Target. Crickets. Quiet like a bitch.
Cooked him like a bitch.
Honestly, Laker fans want to see the Warriors keep losing. I don't really care for the Warriors anymore. It would be nice to see the OKC lose a game and them look beatable. I just get annoyed of them winning so many games. I'm kind of tired of OKC. But tonight's going to be interesting. Hopefully, you guys come out to play. My brain is telling me OKC's gonna dog walk y'all because y'all have not been playing good basketball. But my heart is hoping that Steph Curry drops 38 points and wins the game. How do you think tonight's gonna go, Urkel?
I love when we play certain teams.
OKC.
Yeah.
Matchup wise, we always got the numbers on OKC no matter what.
So okay, like let me tell you. So with OKC, right? OKC is actually a pretty smart team, right? They figured out that if we load up on point of attack guys, right? The league is all like last season it benefited them, right? So last season, hey Matt, go on mute or take your phone case off. So last season they figured out that if we load up on POA guys, the league was going to lean in this direction where they can get point of attack guys, and every team is downhill anyway, right? Every team is doing a function of what the Rockets did, or you know, so every team is doing like that Houston Rockets thing from like 2018, right? So every team damn near is doing that now. So what they said is that we're going to load up on these guards that can guard. You know what I'm saying? Load up on point of attack guys. And they did that. They were really successful doing that too. And they ultimately won the NBA championship. Now you see when the Thunder run into certain teams that don't necessarily attack from downhill, like their point of attack is not downhill, straight line drive and all of that. Once they started to figure that out, right? Like that other teams are attacking in this manner, that you can attack this way. The Warriors are one of these teams that don't attack in the traditional sense. So when every team is going north to south, south to north, right? The Warriors are going north to south, east to west, northwest to northeast, right? Like that's how they do it. So it's teams are doing straight line, the Warriors are attacking all over the place. The Thunder have an issue guarding that. They've always had an issue guarding that, right? So that right there is an issue for the Thunder, and you saw it in the finals as well, right? They ran into two teams. The two teams that they ran into in the playoffs, right? The Thunder. They don't attack, north to south. Denver doesn't attack north to south. Denver is actually a really, really tough team to deal with. They ran into Denver. That went to 7. That was an unorthodox team that they played. And they ran into another unorthodox team, which was the Indiana Pacers, right? And I'm going to be honest with you. There is a world where they don't get out of both series. The difference is in those series was that they were younger and they just lasted. You know what I'm saying? So Denver, I don't think was necessarily a strong team last year, right? They fired their coach and all of that stuff, and they still took them to 7, right? So Denver just needed a little bit more, maybe on defense wherever, but they just needed a little bit more to get past the Thunder because their attack on the Thunder, it was unconventional, right? So the Thunder returned the same. So let's see if them returning the same is going to work, right? Because they're off to another hot start. They have the net rating stuff, but I'm telling you, like certain teams, they do really well against guarding certain teams. Like look at Minnesota, for instance. They wiped Minnesota off of the face of the earth, right? Then they ran into Denver, right? And Denver, again, Denver is like a different type of team. You know what I'm saying? So that was literally the difference, right? Denver really, really gave them a lot of issues. And Indiana did the same thing. But you see when you see them playing like then I'm not saying that they can't beat these teams, but the non-conventional offensive teams, they have a little bit more problems with. I think we're one of those teams. Now, I'm not saying that we're better than the Thunder. The Thunder are younger than us, right? They're younger than us. They can probably last longer. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we can beat them, in an attrition battle at all. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to break easier. But in terms of the execution, well, that's another thing. Tonal, don't get mad at what I'm saying, right? Because I saw you on the timeline last year, Tonal, and you were mad as hell. You were screaming and you were saying all types of stuff, Tonal, right? You were calling your players names and all of this stuff because you were under pressure because what I am saying right now happened. I saw everything. But it's all good.
Ernie, I saw your text. It's not happening, buddy. Makes no sense whatsoever.
Oh my God. Hey Matt, my mom is showing me my grandfather's house.
It's bad.
Holy shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It got absolutely destroyed.
Where's he staying now?
I think this is my great grandfather, so he died a while,
Oh,
but this is the
oh.
house. Yeah. Yeah, they live in like the woods, bro. But yeah. So Tono, congrats to your team. They're off to another great start, but we're going to try to throw a monkey wrench in that bitch. Now the Thunder and the Warriors have had some battles, So now we're going to see if we can throw a monkey wrench in that. I agree for the Denver part, not the Warriors. Yo, Playback needs to fix this, bro.
The comment shit, right?
Yeah, bro. Like the damn comments are all over the place, bro. They need to fix that. That's So what's this I'm hearing about Kyrie to the Rockets? You heard that, Matt?
Bro, it's Ernie gasping at straws. they're not gonna for them to get Kyrie. They would have to. They're not gonna take Fred Van Vliet. They're gonna have to trade valuable wings like Jabari Smith, and they're not gonna get Kyrie. You're gonna trade for Kyrie after what his third torn ACL.
Hey Matt, wouldn't it be funny if they traded for Kyrie and it just ends up being Brooklyn South? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Bro, you guys, if KD is your best player, and I mean this with all due respect, 35 free, you are not doing anything or winning anything this season. That's just a reality. KD can't be your best player. LeBron James can't be your best player, and the Warriors fans haven't accepted this yet. Steph Curry can't be your best player if you want to win a chip.
What would a trade package look like for Kyrie Irving? Because he makes what, like 30, 30, 40 something million bucks?
How much is Kyrie making? I think he's making like 40 million. That's the thing. And then Ernie texted me, "Oh, Fred Van Vliet would have to be a part of the deal." Bro, first of all, the Mavs are gonna want Jabari Smith. Second of all, they're gonna want all your picks if they're gonna even take Fred's contract back. Yeah, Fred has a no trade clause. You think you think Fred's gonna want to go over there to Dallas? That shithole over there?
Hold on. Let me play this video. Let me hear what this dude is saying. Because Nico just got fired.
The team that Nico constructed to go win a championship hasn't been on the court. So I find it crazy that everybody's just going to act like Kyrie Irving is this easily replaceable guy. Do you see the Indiana Pacers without Tyrese Halliburton? They look like a completely different team. Yes, they got the number one pick. Guess what teams that get the number one pick usually look like the next year? Trash. And I know what everybody's going to say. Oh man, their injury history. You knew, you had to wonder that or think that was going to happen. Well, AD for better part of the last 2 years has been extremely healthy before getting to Dallas. Kyrie Irving, since being in Dallas, has been pretty healthy. So miss me with the injury history stuff and going back 10 years and guys has been healthy the last 2 or 3 years. I don't buy that. Y'all just want to go point the finger at Nico because that was a storyline. Now let's make that a storyline again. That shit is whack to me. So next year, they come back, that full team that Nico intended to be out there, and they have success. Then what?
You know what I noticed, Urkel? These players like Nico. I feel like these players like Nico, like personality wise, I feel like the players get along with him. It's people defend.
Where did Nico have a job before?
Nike.
There you go.
Yeah, so that's why these players be defending him and shit. He looks like a nice guy. I think that he's just a scapegoat, Urkel. The front office are firing him, so the fans stop treating them like shit. So all the blame will be put on Nico when it was really the ownership who pushed that trade.
Who can they trade away to get Kyrie Irving?
The Rockets?
Yeah.
They would have to trade Fred Van Vliet and picks and a young player, but that's not gonna happen because first of all, Fred
Here
has no.
is here is what they should do, right? Trade away Thompson, right? So Fred Van Fleet, Thompson, and
No, they're gonna
Sengun.
want. They're gonna want what?
Yeah.
It
Trade
would be
Amon and Sengun.
a realistic trade would be Fred Van Vliet, Tari Eason. The thing is, if the Rockets trade Tari Eason's probably their best wing defender. Like,
I am so sick and tired of Kevin Durant just falling backwards into just like luck. You know what I'm saying? Like Steph stays loyal
how does
to
he
the
have
one.
luck? He's made super teams. He looks like a fool. Even though
Bro,
Steph's
no. Kevin Durant just like Matt. I don't know who I was talking to yesterday. Maybe it was you, but
uh
somebody was saying that Kevin Durant might be the best recruiter of all time.
Oh yeah, but like Urkel, he's the best recruiter for like bucket getters. I'm telling you, you Urkel can build a better championship team than Kevin Durant. I mean that
Oh,
like
that was
whole.
CJ that I was talking to. Yeah, bro. He might be the best recruiter of all time. That kind of stuck with me yesterday, CJ. He might be the best recruiter of all time. And the reason why he is the best recruiter, and Matt, follow me on this, right?
Mhm.
If you got someone, right, that they don't have a family and all of that stuff, right? What are they gonna do? KD is not married and he don't got kids and he don't got none of that, right? So KD has all this time to be hanging out with these dudes. You know what I'm saying? He might be the best recruiter ever.
Yo,
He might be.
Probably, but I don't think anymore. Katie don't got that pull anymore,
What do you, Matt? He's gotten literally everything that he's wanted every single time.
and he's done nothing. And that's why it looks even worse because he's done nothing with it.
All right, so let me ask you this, right? So we're talking about Steph, KD, and Bron, right?
First of all,
Like,
the best recruiter of all time is Draymond. What he did in the parking lot was legendary.
no. KD got more under his belt, man.
oh, the Republican diet is good red meat. That's not a problem.
But think about it, Matt, right? Like getting guys there to that squad, I don't think there's anybody better than KD ever. You know what I'm saying?
Probably not. He does have a lot
Now,
of time.
now making it work is a whole different thing, right? So I think getting talent and making it work, KD is the best out of the three in terms of getting talent, right? Making it work, I would rank it like this. I would say Steph first, KD second, and Bron last in terms of making it work, in terms of making it fit.
How does Katie make it fit if he falls short every time?
Doesn't Bron fall short every time?
LeBron is
Oh, my friend Cash, what's going on, bro? Glad you're alive, man. How you hop up on stage and come say hi, man?
LeBron has won a championship at every franchise he's been on, so can't say
Hop
that.
up on stage and come say hi, Cash. Missed you, my brother.
Yo, Cash, there was a theory for a month that you're GBR. Yo, Urko, I'm so happy we got him packed up from our rooms, bro.
No, man. Cash is like the real MVP, man. Cash is the real MVP here. How you doing, my guy?
Yo, can y'all hear me?
Yo,
Doing good, man. How you doing?
I haven't heard his voice in forever.
I've been laying in the shadows, man. Just trying to figure out what's going on with the other room, man. They've been banning me.
Oh my God, you're gonna get us. All
They've been
right.
banning
Yo,
you?
put the under surveillance. Put the under surveillance,
I've
Urko.
been banned, I've been blocked, been unfollowed. It's
You're under
just
surveillance.
sad, man.
Yo, Cash, there's a lot that happened that you missed out, bro.
What happened?
Oh
Fill
my
me in.
god.
I've been
We can't
focused.
say.
I've been focused on the Patriots, so I haven't even been following the Lakers right now.
It's a
What's
good time
happening?
to be a Laker
You're
fan,
not
man. Good
following
time
the
to be.
Lakers? What's wrong with you?
Not right
Why aren't
now.
you following? Yeah, bro.
What did I miss? What did I miss?
But
Put the camera on and we'll tell you.
why are you always
Bro,
trying to see people on camera, bro?
why are you trying to look at my face, bro?
Curious.
Hey, Cash.
Yeah.
Well, since Chicago, well, I mean, that went how we thought it would have went, right? There's a lot of running, right? A lot of running, a lot of apologizing, right?
Right.
And since then, there's been a lot of reporting that's been happening. So Matt runs Space Gang Lakers. I am over here, and we have gotten so many reports from Playback. I've gotten
Really?
so many. Oh yeah. So many final warnings from Playback, right? So they've threatened to like pack up our room and all of this stuff, bro. So our room is like, what has not happened with our room. So yeah, that's what's been happening since because, bro, they come over here and they clip and they report every single thing under the sun. So we've got accused of all types of stuff, and quite frankly, the things that we've been accused of, it's quite frankly bullshit. So that's what's been happening since then.
So what are the accusations?
We've had accusation of doxing, and the doxing attempts is like somebody sending me a picture of Dre on 6ix9ine's face, and saying that's doxing. So apparently that's doxing. Yeah. Right. So yeah, you can use my image and my stuff and do all types of stuff, but I don't report it. I just don't report it, right? Because I'm not, I don't have a slit, right? But outside of that, that's what's been going on.
So you haven't heard from him since Chicago. Haven't heard from him. No DM, no call, nothing.
No,
Just lost your number.
went quiet. Yeah.
So how does that work?
So he said that that he was in Chicago, right? So what he did is that so he showed up in Chicago like the day after, like the day he knew I was leaving, and then claimed that he showed up in Chicago. That's not what we agreed on.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, he just went quiet. He didn't say anything, and he just pretended like the whole thing didn't happen. Like
but then he reports your room, right? So he's going to report your room after that.
The room gets reported, bro. Like, the thing about it is that Playback has a small team back there, right? And when you get that many reports, right, like they have to go and they actually have to investigate it, right? So those sham reports, like they have to go and like investigate it, right? So it's like you're out there like saying all this type of stuff, right? But that's what's been happening since, yeah. But just to give you a short rundown.
I mean, that's what I expected. I've been banned from the room. I got unfollowed, blocked. I got some nasty DMs. I mean, his fans take it very seriously. I'll tell you that. I got a lot of threats. But I mean, I didn't say anything wrong. I mean, I just said what was in the DMs. I tried to explain it very calmly what was happening, and people got offended. So I mean, I didn't do anything wrong in that space or in that playback, whatever it was. I think it was on playback. So he took it very personally, and I haven't heard from him since. But he did unfollow me, did block me. I'm not allowed in the room. It's just sad, bro. Like, sad.
No, all you did was just tell the truth.
I just told the truth. And by the way, you were in those DMs. You know exactly what was said in those DMs.
Of course.
I'm sure you could pull them up if you could, but
yeah. No, I left the DM chat because I was just so like irritated at the time. I just left it. But when he said what he said, I just wasn't going to let it go. You know what I'm saying? So, so this time I was like, no, I'm going to let you stand on business now. So he didn't stand on business, and all you did was just tell the truth.
That's it.
And yeah, he just like lied basically, right? So yeah, that's what's been happening since, but we've been calm over here. We've just been enjoying the season.
So wait, so Urkel, what happened with Steph? Did he get food poisoning? What happened? He's been out for a couple games.
You know what, bro? I don't know what he was sick with. I think it was like a cold or something, and he was just like slow to recover. So he'll play tonight, though.
I think the podcast when he was on Brown's podcast, I think what happened was somebody must have given him a bad drink, and so what happened was he ended up being out for a week. And it's a big plot against Steph. I think we should investigate. Should we investigate? I think we should take a look and see if Maverick Carter was there.
Hey, it is interesting timing, though.
It is. I don't know, bro. I don't know. But
they said the podcast was recorded back in the preseason. All right, okay.
You're under surveillance.
Man.
Yeah, bro, but I'm glad. Hey, Cash, you're from the old school. I'm glad to see that you're back.
Man. I'm back. I will be back.
Bro, if it weren't for you, that shit wouldn't have popped off. You know what I'm saying? Because you definitely cornered him. So you are definitely responsible for that. Because before that, bro, He saw that I was pissed off, and he was blocking me left and right. You know what I'm saying? So if you didn't hold feet to the fire,
I had to do it. I
none of that
mean, listen, I just got up there and said what everybody already knew. So, I mean, to me, it wasn't really a big deal, but they made it out to be
Yeah.
like it was a big deal. So,
Yeah, because
I don't know.
there is like a concerted effort over there to lie and to prop up and make me look like the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? So when you held feet to the fire,
I had to do it. I had to do
when
it.
you held feet to the fire, guess what happened?
Yep. Yep.
Feet got held to the fire, right? So we literally exposed the truth. That's all.
Had to do
Truth
it.
got exposed. You
Had
know,
to do it.
so they can continue propping up. It doesn't even matter. But glad to hear you're doing it.
Thank you, bro. Glad to be back.
You think you're gonna get a warning today about this?
I mean, am I doing anything wrong?
You're under surveillance.
No, they get mad. They're gonna get mad.
What am I doing wrong here? I'm
You're
just
under
trying to do a
surveillance.
segment. Hey, Matt, it's a hell of a thing when you don't have a game up on the screen and you got to create out of thin air. You know what I'm saying? I'm just creating out of thin air. This is just another segment. You know, I'm not doing anything wrong, am I?
You're under surveillance.
You're under surveillance.
They're gonna tell
Yo,
us
yo.
to shut. They're gonna tell us to shut up.
Are
And dribble.
you really that big? Are you really that big?
They're gonna tell you.
Are you really that big? Are you really that big?
They're gonna tell you to shut up and dribble.
Hold on, you know what we should do? We should take shifts. So right now it's Urkel's shift for 3 hours. Then he can take a nap, and then Matt can talk for 3 hours. Then you can take a nap. Then I can talk for another 3 hours. Then I'll take a nap. Then we'll get L Dot on stage. He'll talk for 6 hours while everybody sleeps, and then DK can run the overnight. How does that sound?
Yo.
30-hour stream? Should we do that?
Yo.
I think we should do that because that way we get paid more by playback, right? And then we can all take naps and then stay fresh for the next day when we do it again for 30 hours.
Yo, this is.
I'm just wondering, like, what's the most efficient way to do this and letting everybody stay fresh, you know?
Offensive load.
This is nasty work, bro.
I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions. But
Hey, I think we got Prime in the building, or maybe he can help too.
Shit.
yeah, Prime, you want to pick up a shift? It's just a 3-hour shift, bro. That's it. Just need a 3-hour shift.
What's good, Prime?
Oh, playback doesn't pay anymore. I didn't know that.
No, they don't pay anymore, bro. This is pure love of the game, my guy. Pure love of the game.
Damn.
You know, pure love of the game. And you know what? Pure love of the game, and the quality has not decreased because we love doing it. At
Wait,
some
so
point,
when did they stop paying for playback?
back in, I think the last thing was back in August, I think.
Oh wow, they cracked down on the 30-hour streams. So now the streams aren't 30 hours long, or are they still 30 hours long?
Bro,
All I'm saying is I remember the marathon stream for 36 hours, and a certain somebody went to sleep and woke up, and there were still like 30 people in the room, and they acted like nothing was wrong. You know, just woke up naturally, and it was like a 36-hour stream. That's all I have to say.
and you wonder where there's not a creative fund anymore.
Yeah, I
mean,
don't know why. It's a big
yeah.
mystery.
Big mystery.
You're under surveillance.
No fund anymore, but
No.
never mind that.
You're under surveillance.
Never mind that. You know what I'm saying? We were like on for like 2 days straight. No type of let up whatsoever.
Crazy.
Oh shit. Let me just benefit off of the fact that somebody fell asleep and they just happened to be in. Oh shit. But yeah, here we are, man. We're into a new season and Lakers are doing good. But We got to get Braun
Yep.
on the court at some point, Cash. You know,
Bro, I don't know when he's gonna be back. They said he's gonna practice with the G League, I think this week, right?
You know, Laker fans are like Q to J sound right now, Irk. They see LeBron coming on the court. They're like, no.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Oh, that's no, 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 no.
Do you want this chemistry to be disturbed, Laker fans? No.
Just fucking slammed you in the ass.
Yo, bro.
That's wild.
yo,
Bro, and what's crazy is, bro, when Braun has like that first 30-point game, all these Laker fans are about to start getting horny, bro. It's gonna.
yo, Laker fans are literally the best, bro. Like,
They're insane, bro.
they are so entertaining, bro. Like,
They're insane people, bro.
Do you hear these conversations? LeBron's gonna be Draymond Green on the court. Do y'all hear this delusion?
hey, Matt, y'all want Andrew Wiggins, right? Y'all want Andrew Wiggins, and you want Draymond Green? Come on, man.
Come on, dude. Yo, bro. Oh yeah. And the price just went up on Wiggs, bro.
Yeah, Wiggs looks good, man.
The price just went up, bro. All these Laker fans are talking about they don't want to trade a first for Wiggs. Okay, buddy, you're not gonna. You're probably not even gonna give
had
him
a game winner last night, bro.
Yeah, you don't want to trade a first,
bro. He's averaging 18 points a game, almost 5 rebounds a game, almost 3 assists. Right? He's doing it on 60% effective. Right? Dang. Shooting 40% from 3. And he's playing around 32 minutes a game on 13 shots.
Wow. Like, come on, bro. What?
Wow.
Urkel, would you have been better if you would have kept Wiggins this year?
No, I like Jimmy Butler. I wish we could have had them both. You know what I'm saying?
So Wiggins, look at that. Pull up that tweet on screen.
Bro, they really fired Nico, bro. That's fucked up.
One big 60 million.
One guy makes he doesn't make 60 million. He makes like 50, 56?
Bro,
people round up.
Oh, hold on. We can all agree that Jimmy Butler is the better player, right?
Yeah,
of course. Absolutely.
The stuff he does on the court doesn't show up in those particular stats.
Yeah.
Like the way he closed out the other nights, the time to take over, the connective aspect of his game, that's what we need.
No,
yeah,
but
all right.
You know what?
Looking at these numbers, right? At these numbers, who's a better player to you?
Looking at those numbers, it looks like Wiggins is a better player, right?
Just but I mean,
field goal percentage.
But we know that these things don't necessarily always boil itself down to numbers, right? Like,
100%.
Yeah, so I'm not going to be a casual and sit here and say, "Oh my God, I think Wiggins is a better player." Well, that was never my point. My point was always with Andrew Wiggins and the role that you asked him to play. You know what I'm saying? And we hated Andrew Wiggins because of the role that he was in and all of this stuff. And Jonathan Kuminga is a more aggressive type. You know what I'm saying? He has a more aggressive personality, and we hate that personality type. So what is what
Jimmy enables you to play 2 wings on the court at the same time.
We need 2 wings on the court, man. So
Kerr was never going to play Wiggins and JK together.
Right. So when I told people, I was like, Andrew Wiggins is the perfect temperament for this team. Y'all didn't know what I was talking about.
I mean, and also,
I always said, I never sat there and told you like he was some, first team all NBA performer. That's not what I said. But guys like him, you need guys like that in a role. Like, when I knew he was good, bro? When we were in the Western Conference Finals against Dallas and they gave him the ball, right? In the prior round, they gave the ball to what's that dude's name again? He plays in New York now.
Oh, Jalen Brunson.
Brunson.
Mikal Bridges,
Oh,
right?
Bridges. Okay.
They gave the ball to Mikal Bridges and say, yo, they're taking the ball out of Chris Paul's hands. They're taking the ball out of Booker's hands. Go do something. He didn't do shit. They gave the ball to Andrew Wiggins literally in the same role. Andrew Wiggins was fucking attacking Luka, bro. And Luka didn't know what to do. Right? So,
That's a fact.
Yeah,
bro,
That's a
once
fact.
I saw that, once I saw him attacking Luka like that, because they were like, all right, I'm going to give you the ball. Andrew Wiggins was fucking destroying Luka.
No,
Right? So,
but that's the thing though. Though even and this is the problem with this fan base sometimes. Like some bozos in the fan base try to like say, "Oh yeah, like the POA has diminished. She's not as good as a defender anymore." You know, they try to make like excuses on why like we should just throw this guy away. You know, it's disgusting.
Yeah,
listen,
but a lot of
they
those.
wanted to throw him away regardless. And I'm
Ern,
telling you, for the money that he was, right? Because he was around $25 million, right? So he was around $25 million, right? And that's the type, bro, he's a 25 million wing. You're not
Ern,
getting wings for $25 million, bro.
Ern, you're saying, and what's good to y'all boys? You're
What's good?
saying
What's good?
20, 25 mil, but see, that it's bigger than that. You can't just quantify Wiggins' value just from like 25 mil. You got to also take into consideration he's low maintenance. He's not doing a podcast. He's not pouting, right? He's not clapping at teammates. No, you gotta. No, this is important because when you got a teammate
Yep.
clapping at another teammate, it's like, yo, you trying to bump or what? Like,
Yep.
people don't understand. Like, it's so much that goes into winning, bro. And so, like, you look at him now in this city, Miami. Miami don't want this nigga to be supernova. Miami don't want him to be Jimmy Butler. He don't have to do that. Only thing you got to do is go back to what he did a couple years ago. Defend, shoot a three when you open, drive every now and then. And he's
Bruce,
giving you the same points.
Bruce, I'm
a
gonna be
little
dead
more
ass, bro.
efficiency. Yeah.
I think the reason why Andrew Wiggins got hate is because of me and Shadow. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
don't
bro,
think I know that's part of it.
Bruce, I hate to do this, dog. I literally hate to do this because I'm not a guy that like takes credit and all of this stuff. I hate taking credit and all of that. I really do. You know what I'm saying?
But it's obvious. It's obvious.
But bro, like we are two, we're two men of pigment. You know, we're two men that speak with an accent. You know what I'm saying? We're two men that
Two Nigerians.
Two Niger boys.
My two Nigerians are gonna be fucking.
This is the reality, right? This is the reality, right? This is the reality. You've had like whether you like my pops my pops and my granddad, you know, these niggas is Jamaican, so they would be like, yo, I don't want to put no feather in my cap. You know how Jamaicans is. It's okay. You can toot your own horn sometimes, and you know, there's nothing wrong with that. You went from the TL and say, yo, I want to talk to people, and you made an interactive space where, you know, it went probably more popular than anybody imagined, and envy's gonna come with that. So let's point out, we've always talked about the different subdivisions or factions of Warriors, right? But then I always told people, if you're trying to hold the next person to what's previous, right? And you see how we pick, give you what I mean by that. Everybody wanted Wiggins to live up to what Kevin Durant did as a small forward with the Warriors. He's never going to do that, right? But now look at the contrary. Some people hated Jordan Poole so much, right, because he rivaled their boyfriend, Klay Thompson. And so now you don't even hold pods to the same standard. So you pick and choose, you know what I mean? And so many things have to be, and I keep telling people, you say like the ball has energy, offense and all that. Defense is the same, bro. You could tell when Jordan Poole was always bad defensively, but before he got punched, he was giving effort some games.
Bruce,
I'm
let me
telling
tell
you,
you
he was
something, my
giving
guy.
effort.
Bruce, let me tell you something, right? Like, I don't care what nobody said, but when me and Shadow, because what happened at first is that, and I was team Andrew Wiggins from like since he got here. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why that happened is because, you know, what was happening before is that, listen, I'm a Steph guy first, right? Like, I think everybody knows that. And what was happening back then is that people were saying Steph Curry just has help. If he didn't have that help, they wouldn't be winning this, that, or the other. Cool. Andrew Wiggins gets here, and Andrew
100%.
Wiggins was hated, bro. There is something about these guys, these athletic guys, that's trying to find their way. They are hated for some reason. You know what I'm saying? So Andrew Wiggins got paid, and people hated his guts. You know what I'm saying? So then Andrew,
They love Michael McAdoo more than Wiggins,
bro. So then Andrew Wiggins gets here, right? And I was like, this is the perfect fucking guy, bro. All Steph has to do is win with this guy, and all that bullshit that you heard before. We have a narrative. We have a feather in our cap. You understand what I'm saying? We have a narrative. We have a feather in our cap that when we go on the timeline, we can go to fucking war, right? That's what I was thinking. We can go to war. Fucking Uzi and right? So that is what I had in mind, right? I was like, yes, all right, we got some ammunition.
Hell, that nigga was strategic by that one.
That was good.
Nah, that's
I heard
hilarious,
that
bro.
He's like, was that Duke? Was that Duke Nukem?
We don't talk basketball anymore, bro. We're just funny at this point. We're not so when he got here, right? When he got here, my thing was like, it's perfect, right? We get like a fixer-upper, right? A fixer-upper, you get more satisfaction in a fixer-upper than you just get the keys and you just move in. You know what I'm saying? And I took pride in the fixer-upper, right? I took pride in the fixer-upper. So Wiggins got here, and I was like, all he got to do is play defense and just give us a few buckets. Andrew Wiggins did more than that. He did more than that, right? So, yeah.
And you know, so funny to that point, because you cooking right now, and I see like people like Brandon Katz saying like Wiggins regressed in 2022, Irk. Remember when the 2022 playoffs was going on? He said he regressed after. But remember during the 2022 playoffs, there was a game that we lost. I don't know if it was I think it was in the Grizzlies series, and Shadow was so hot. And Shadow was like, dog, what is Wiggins' role, dog? What is Wiggins' role? And he was like asking a rhetorical question. And he was like, he doesn't have one. And then it's like he came back after they won. He was like, before they won, he actually said it. Don't worry. I talked to Wiggins guys. You know what I mean? He talked to Kerr. He's going to create something in and of himself. And then Steve Kerr kept making it like to where he would do stuff out of the halftime and out of timeouts and stuff like that to kind of get Wiggins incorporated. And it's like Shadow always said it. Like, think about it. Wiggins was the fourth highest paid player on the team. People were holding him to higher regard than Clay. And I'm like, Clay is the 12th highest paid player in the NBA. How could you look at that's like looking at Jaden McDaniels and saying he's the reason why the Timberwolves don't win. I'm like,
Bruce,
nah, that's not fair, bro.
Bruce, I have to say this, right? If you're a Steph Curry fan, right? Say you're a Steph Curry fan first, okay? Forget the fact that me and Shadow are black, right? And you hate our right? Just forget that. Like, put all biases aside. We're black. We're loud. We're like every stereotype that
You got accents.
Two Nigerians.
He's got AIDS. He's got accents.
Forget all of those stereotypes, right? Forget all of those stereotypes and any type of discriminatory bone that you got in your body. Like, let's just put that aside, right? And just from now on, I want you to use Andrew Wiggins as like a weapon, right? Because Andrew Wiggins, before he got here, was a bust. Steph Curry turned him into an NBA champion and also was the second best player, right? So when we talk about values of rings, and we're talking about guys that, won more with less.
Correct.
But
make that argument to somebody like Andrew Wiggins.
But Irk, 100%. in that particular season, people say it would be impossible for Steph to win. He did the
Correct.
impossible, and
Correct.
then they said it was nothing. It's like,
Dot. They said it was impossible for him to even make the All Star. Remember, we had people red herring fallacies telling us Russell Westbrook would be an All Star before Wiggins.
yep.
Right. So those are the things that I want people to like really focus on.
You know who we could add to that too? Now that it's came out, even though I like him as a player, is Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole has not looked anywhere close to what he looked like when he was
Lee,
here.
Jordan Poole was in the G League. Okay, he was in the G League the prior year. He was literally in the G League. They put him next to Steph. During that time, I think he was giving you like 14 points a game or something like that, right?
Antoine Walker in the first series that we played against Denver said he was the best player on the team.
You know,
he said Steph Curry was the third best player in the series. He said Poole, Morant.
Yes.
Listen.
Or Morant, Poole,
right
yes.
There? That thing right there is the essence of Steph Curry. Steph Curry is literally greasing everything and making these guys better than they actually are. And he's off ball and he's scalable and he's doing all of these things. And you see Andrew Wiggins got paid. Jordan Poole got paid, right?
Yep.
And he made those guys look amazing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, for some reason, Warrior fans go the other direction. And, I think me and Shadow specifically are to blame for that, right? Because me and Shadow kind of drive this thing. And I think we are to blame for this because we were so right. We were so fucking unbelievably right, bro.
And the thing about it, Irk, you asked like you said Warrior fans. The whole difference between these group of Warrior fans, right, relative to the others, I would think that all of us have a mind of our own, in the sense that this whole Steph experience is an anomaly. Like him winning unanimous MVP, him as a small guard winning multiple titles and changing the game. Like a small guard has never changed the game in the NBA before. They've been good, even great, but never changed the game to the tune of women, females, Australians, Filipinos, Filipinas,
Bruce,
everybody
I've watched
changing the fabric of the game, bro.
Bruce. There's a lot of dumb fans on the timeline, right?
Dumb tree.
And I've literally watched people, right? I've literally watched people.
Dumb tree, oak tree. What dumb tree said was that.
I literally watched.
Oak tree. I just like saying it as though disrespect to you. Honestly, I just like.
It's catchy. It's catchy. It's like a jingle.
Bro, he knows that it's an homage, bro. Like,
yeah, we do a little trolling.
Right.
Right. So we look at like all of this shit in retrospect, right? And I remember when we traded for Wiggs, and there was like certain people who were saying, "Get Andrew Wiggins the fuck up out of here,"
right?
This, that, or the other, and go get Bradley Beal, bro. People are literally saying that, dog.
And that's why I'm saying. And that's why I'm saying we had a mind of our own from the perspective of look at all the things that they said. They wanted to move off from Steph and build around D'Angelo Russell.
Exactly.
Bruce,
L-Dot.
Bruce,
we are here. That sentence structure is hilarious.
Go ahead,
right?
Yeah.
Hear me out. We traded away D'Angelo Russell. We got two wings back. One of them, Andrew Wiggins. The other one turned into Jonathan Kuminga. Okay.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
They wanted us to trade away Bradley Beal and Jordan Poole for Bradley Beal, who is a guard. So we would have gone from a guard.
We would have been cooked.
Then traded away a guard and a wing for a guard.
Yeah.
You see how stupid.
And not a two-way guard.
And now that we know how Kerr runs these lineups, we would have been seeing the birth of 4-guard lineups then if we did that.
Absolutely.
And we never would have won that.
You would have been seeing Steph Curry, Wanamaker, Bradley Beal, and get Bazemore for crying out loud. You know what I mean? Like, you can't make this up, dog. And so, like, Irk, I'm gonna just be honest with you. I think sometimes when we can not coddle players and make concessions, not only can you get a full optimized lineup, but you can also say, hey, I think it's time for you to move on or move to the bench. right?
Well, let
Like
me tell you something,
they've
right?
made so many concessions. Like Wiggins, bro, Wiggins took a lot of blame, Irk, because of other players' regression. Yeah, sure.
Bruce,
He
let me tell
wasn't
you something.
averaging 4 more
We
points
should,
anymore. 4 more points.
we should, we should, and this is important in life, right? Like it's important to stick to your convictions, your beliefs, right? And just always stick to it. And no matter what, Band C, no matter what, don't let nobody kick you out of your lane. You should always stick to your convictions,
Hey,
believe
Irk,
what you believe, and stick to it. Don't let anybody ever kick you out of your lane, bro.
Irk, play this clip I just posted in the chat. This is to emphasize what you just said.
Where you can.
Stream while you want.
She said compromise where you can. But where you can't, don't. Even if everyone is telling you that something wrong is something right. Even if the whole world is telling you to move. It is your duty to plant yourself like a tree. Look them in the eye and say no. You move. And she said compromise where you can.
That is very true. That is very, very true. Never compromise, man.
But
Never.
but Irk, let me say this though real quick, right? And so because they were making all these concessions, and oh, you want to play this clip real quick, Irk?
Now, just finish what you're gonna finish.
Yeah, basically what I was gonna say, right? They were so like for example, so Wiggins. Remember, Shadow had came in and already had dropped the bombshell because Shadow always dropped tea leaves. So not only did he not really truly recover from the rib injury, he didn't really even get to start conditioning like his peers, right? But then Shadow kind of hinted like there's some family situation going on where
Yeah.
it got man's out of whack, and like people started. There was like rumors about like his wife cheating on him, his kids is not his, and then come to find out his pops was passing away. So he had one of his worst years. He was going through something like crazy. A lot of people probably can't even understand what that's like to be in that situation, right? And if you wanted to say, I don't care, that is who he is. Now just look at the production that he's doing back in Miami. Now he's having like essentially from an efficiency standpoint, like a career year.
Bruce,
And then also he's back to those same points
Bruce, I'm
that
not.
people were
I don't
yeah,
care. I don't care. That about none of that, bro. LeBron James has missed 2 months because he has a sore
right.
back. You know what
A
I'm
hundred
saying?
percent. A hundred
And
percent.
nobody says shit. It's like, oh, he's
Yeah,
hurt.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? But real life
100%.
family stuff was happening, and nobody says shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this is
Yep.
what I mean, bro. Like back then, that was about uh, a guy from Ghana, right? A guy from Ocho Rios, Jamaica, right?
Right.
Nigerian.
Ochi.
Right? It was a guy from Ghana, and it was a guy from Ocho Rios, Jamaica, right? Marine Garden, Ocho Rios, Jamaica. That's what it was about, bro.
Bad people face them then.
It was a guy from Marine Gardens, Ocho Rios, Jamaica, and a guy from Ghana. That's what people were mad about, bro. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about him himself. That's what happened, right? So you
But
had
the thing is, you guys were the team was consistent the whole year about it. It wasn't like it was ever wavered. It was a take that was established in July. There was no new information needed to be given for our takes. It stayed true in July. It stayed true until June 2022.
If they had addressed the other elephants in the room, like if they had not, like Clay, you are immortalized. There's nothing bad you could do in my eyes. You are a legend forever, right? But they didn't want to address that elephant in the room. Like that production level just wasn't the same. And if you don't believe me, like look at what's going on now. So like when you see Wiggins playing well right now, there's no Steph Curry on the Miami Heat right now. You telling me Norman Powell's the best player because Bam is out and like he's doing this thing and Wiggins still if this he's no, this is the most efficient he's been in his career. You know what I mean? So like, I just think if you would have addressed the Clay issue, the Draymond concession, Kevon Looney, we love you too, but you were always a bench player because of 3 hip surgeries, and you had an amazing year. You looked like Hakeem Olajuwon from a rebounding standpoint, but you still were limited, and Steph Curry had to win with that. So as you mentioned, Eric, niggas be talking about asterisks, bro.
yeah.
That's that championship is worth
Let me
two.
say this too, because you just brought something up, right? we got to figure out a way, right? And it was happening last season, right? But it was too uncomfortable for some people, right? But we got to figure out how, because ultimately this thing is about balance and all of that, right? So if we're to win a championship, right, this team has to be balanced, right? Like everyone has to have like some type of role and everyone has to give something, okay? I think every year we try to achieve balance, all right? But you know what I've noticed? I don't know, like the last, I would say 3 or 4 years, is that politics has crept in, right? Special interests has crept in, okay? And we know what happens when politics and special interests and all of that kicks in, right? You know what starts to happen? Inefficiency starts to happen, right? Things don't really run the way that they should run, right?
I thought you were gonna say when you said politics, deportation. That's what I thought you were.
Trump's gonna deport them all before then anyway. So.
Right. So anytime special interests and all of that kicks in, we have things that don't necessarily happen in the most efficient way, right? Pods, Moses Moody, and Jonathan Kuminga. Okay. We have to put those guys in a position that they can actually be successful. Okay. Let me say that again. Pods, Jonathan Kuminga, and Moses Moody. Those are the next three guys, right? They have to be put in a position where they can actually be successful. I think sometimes we put these three guys in a spot that they're actually not successful or they can't be successful, right? So certain people are going to have to sacrifice and make those guys fit and be more successful, right? I'm not going to say who those certain guys are because when I say who those certain guys are, people get out their charts and all of this bullshit, right? But certain people need to take a step back, right? And let these other guys blossom.
Get their charts out like Sage.
Right? So that's what we need to really focus on, right? I mean, anytime we have a good game and anytime we look dominant, Steph is sitting in the fourth quarter, Moses Moody, Pods, and Jonathan Kuminga have played well,
But the
right?
thing is, Irk, you know what I think we're focusing too much on is the offense. It's the defense. Like the offense will take care of itself even if it's not operating at like a top 10 level. Bro, they didn't even have a top 10 offense in 2022, but the
Yeah.
defense was top 2. They need to figure out how they could bring what they do at home on the road. Because at home they have I think a 103, 104 defensive rating. They need to translate that on the road.
Yeah.
The offense will take care of itself. That's just what Steph does. The defense is the major issue. I don't care if they miss
There are
shots and
certain
whatever.
guys.
It's all about
There
the
are
defense.
certain guys that we are really focusing things on that we really shouldn't focus things on, right? I think certain guys or a guy needs to take a step back, right? Take a step back and let the proper transitioning happens. You know what I'm saying? Because there's certain people who are on the Southwest flight and they're a fat guy at this point, right? You know, like when you go on a flight and you see like a guy sitting on the flight and he's taking up 2 seats, and the flight attendant comes out and she brings the extender. Have you ever been on a flight where you see a guy get the seatbelt extender?
No, I just been on flights with Republicans because they've been having that good red meat diet. I haven't seen that.
Oh, the Republican diet is good red meat. That's not a problem.
Right? So we need to make sure this guy loses weight, enough with the bloat, and make sure that he's actually taking up 1 seat and not 2. Because that guy taking up 1 seat and not 2 is kind of stunting the growth of other guys, right? So you got to find a way to sit back and stop being in self-preservation mode because kind of the problem with the team. No, I would not trade Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler has been amazing.
He's
Jimmy
been
Butler.
fine.
Jimmy Butler has been amazing. Jimmy Butler is exactly what we need.
Mhm.
Jimmy Butler is working miracles behind the scenes. Believe it or not, right? Jimmy Butler
His leadership has
is
been
what we need.
underrated too. Like Benjo said it in the chat, the thing that he did before the season by having a team come through, and there was something recently that he did, and I really do see that he's taking ownership of being like one of the dudes on the team.
Bro, we need more people like Jimmy Butler, bro. We need more people like Jimmy Butler. People that are going to take ownership and not point the finger. I feel like the last couple of years we've had some people on the team that are pointing the fingers that have disrupted our team, and they did more harm than they did good. You know what I'm
You know
saying?
what I've noticed too? You know what I noticed since Jimmy has been on the team, Dre has been at bay. You notice that? The man don't go as crazy as he used to on the
Hold on.
refs anymore.
Hold on. Do you think Littlefinger has been at bay?
Yes.
I disagree with that. I think he's doing more damage than we even realize. Believe it
And
or
you're
not.
talking about on the court, like in terms of his play, or I'm talking about like in terms
I'm
of
talking about behind the scenes.
Oh, behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind
Oh,
the scenes. Right?
okay.
Like, okay, so
I'm talking
when,
about on the court. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes too much.
dog, a messy motherfucker will always be a messy motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, but when it starts to get messy and it starts to get too loud, then they start to revert, and then they start to do the, how should I say this? There's a reason why I call him Littlefinger. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason I call him Littlefinger.
Oak tree, dumb tree, was casual.
I was going to say, I want to jump in. I'll say two things. First, I'm coining a new term. When somebody cites misleading stats with no context, it's officially an oak tree take. It's an oak tree take. I'm coining that term.
Oak tree.
Okay, but number two, I think the debate around Wiggins is a little. I think what you're saying is disingenuous, because what people don't get is that Steph Curry is an all-time great player. I have him top 10 all-time, but Steph is a top 5 all-time offensive player.
100%.
And so when Steph was at his peak, he didn't need a real second option. Like, Klay Thompson's a good player, but Klay Thompson is not a second option on most championship teams. Like, for instance, Shaquille O'Neal could have never won a title with Klay as a second option.
100%.
Shaq needed a closer like Kobe who could play make, who could close. Most players who won titles could have never won a title with Klay as their second option. They couldn't have. Like Magic Johnson could have never won a title if Klay was his second option. And so because Steph has so much offensive gravity, he's such an all-time great offensive player, Steph did not need a true second option. He could win with Klay. And in 2022, Jordan Poole was the second option in the first two series, but Andrew Wiggins was the second option in the conference finals and the finals in 2022. And so here's my point. My point is that as Steph has gotten older, he can't win with Wiggins as a second option. Steph needed a more traditional. Steph's still a great player. But now that Steph's older, he needs more from his second option than what Wiggins could provide. And so now that Steph is older, he couldn't win with Wiggins as a second option like he did in 2022. He needed more. He needed Jimmy. And so Andrew Wiggins was good on Golden State, but as Steph got older, Wiggins didn't work. The non-Steph minutes were horrible. They weren't bad. They were horrible with Wiggins on the floor last year when Curry was off. And so as Steph gets older, he's still a very good player, but he needs more from his second option than what Wiggins can provide. That's one. The other thing is, just quickly, I'll do what I want, but quickly. So it's fucking hilarious. I saw an interview today where Kamala Harris said the Democratic Party is taking Black women for granted. So Kamala Harris said the Democratic Party is taking Black women for granted. So the Democratic Party has done nothing for the Black community for 50 years. The Democratic Party has taken black women and the black community for granted. But here's what's so hilarious. Kamala Harris was vice president for 4 years. Kamala Harris was the nominee for president. So I have a special memo for Kamala Harris. You are the Democratic Party. You've been the Democratic Party for 6 years. And so when she says the Democratic Party has taken black women for granted, she's barbecuing herself. She is the Democratic Party.
Hey, Brandon Katz. When you talk to black women, what's your opening approach typically? What do you say?
With who? I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, when you talk to black
women, I'm
women,
gonna drop in about 30 seconds.
Do you have an opening approach?
He's in the bathroom, bro.
Is Brandon promulgating his
Hold on.
talking
An
points?
opening approach with who?
With black women, do you have an opening approach?
I don't talk to people differently based on race, no.
No? Oh, okay.
Oh, quickly, Gabriel. I heard the Eagles are going to start. I heard Philadelphia is going to start you at quarterback next game, since you'd be better than Jalen Hurts was last night.
Jalen Hurts played well in the second half.
I'm out.
Yo, Urkel, you know he's at work right now. He's literally at work and he's in the bathroom. He's in the bathroom.
Matt, you went into the bathroom to get that taken, bro.
No, I found out more about Brandon's life in the past 2 weeks. He takes a bus to work because he says it's stupid to drive to work because the bus is just easier. And that's why his computer got fucked up, because one day he took the bus to work and walking to the bus, it started pouring rain on him.
But I heard him talking to like a secretary one time. He's like, "Oh, okay." I heard a secretary in the background.
No, I believe he's a lawyer.
Of course he's a lawyer. He's not lying. Like, why would he lie about that?
Yeah, but
he lives somewhere up north, though, in the Northeast.
Brandon's only lies when he
could afford a car. Hold on. So have you lived like anywhere up in the Northeast before and driven a car, bro? It's a fucking pain in the ass. You're probably better off just riding the bus and taking a train.
Places like Chicago, New York, like taking the bus to work makes more sense than driving.
Yeah, and if you live out here, it's the same thing.
And also, Urkel's in Chicago. Just for park, if you take it to the city, the parking for the day could be like $30-$40. Fuck
well, let me tell you something. Even in San Francisco, right? I know people that take the BART into the city.
Yeah, I like the directors of my department. They all take BART. I'm like the only one who drives because I know where to park.
Yeah, they got to pay for parking everywhere. They got to pay for parking everywhere in cities.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
Parking like $50 all day,
right? Bro. Even in downtown Phoenix. You know what I used to do when I worked downtown Phoenix? I used to take the light rail. I used to park at the park and ride or whatever, and I used to park and then take the bus in, because you know what? It was like $300 a month to park in the garage. You know what I'm saying? Bro, I'd rather use that $300 and do something else. So, yeah, that's how it actually works.
I take the train, not the bus, man. I will sue you for defamation for making false comments.
Like Gabriella.
Gabriel, what's good?
What's good? I actually got to go to a few too.
Yeah, but Brandon threw me off with that take, bro.
That came out of nowhere.
What do you say?
You can tell it was like something. I kind of know how he works now. Like if something is said in the chat and he was like going back and forth with somebody in the chat, he'll bring it on stage to address it. You know what I'm saying?
even if it's 10, 15
it'll
minutes
seem
later.
like it's out of nowhere, but yeah.
Even if it's 10, 15 minutes later.
Yeah. Even if it's like 10, 15. Even if it's like 2 days later, he'll
like, just to address the point from 2 days ago.
Dude, Brandon's literally Dwight from The Office, bro.
Not that I care. Not that I care. Not that it was any of your business.
Yeah, bro. But I've been trying to play this clip for the longest. Hold on, let me play this.
Miami, woo!
Is that Matt?
You know there was 0.3 left on the clock, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
0.4.
How do you even give that shit up?
Sorry, 0.4 left on the clock, right?
Go
So
ahead.
Point
How
for
the
shout out
hell?
Derek Fisher.
How the hell did Cleveland allow this play to get off? Because the only way
Evan
they could
Mobley. Look
score.
at where Evan Mobley is.
This is wicked, bro. Look at this.
Eric, have you seen the other angle?
Wait, Urkel, you said you'd rather have Jimmy than Anthony Davis in your roster?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
would.
absolutely.
I would.
out.
100%.
So you have somebody better than AD on the roster. There's no excuses this year.
Bro, niggas like Matt
Matt.
that talk basketball like Matt irritate me, bro.
Yeah.
Matt, yo, fellas,
I
what's
know more
good?
ball than
What's
you.
up, Gibbs?
What's good? What's good? Urkel,
So
what's the word? What's good?
Mr. Gibbs, what's going on, man?
Yo, good, bro.
Titty, you don't need to. I mean, that's a tough insult, Titty Gibbs. You need some tampons, Titty Gibbs?
what's good?
That's a
Everybody
tough
got
insult to me.
What's good, fellas?
Everybody has an intro, bro.
Bro, I have like 3 drops.
Oak Tree.
What Dub Tree said is casual.
Yeah, Oak Tree.
Like Sage?
Like sage.
Bro, I wanted to say though about the whole AD thing, bro. I'll be real. Like between Jimmy and AD, like I think AD obviously has like the higher ceiling, but I think
Yeah.
Jimmy's floor is so much higher. He actually plays basketball.
Yep. Have you seen AD recently? That
Listen,
man
bro.
is big.
Sometimes, numbers don't translate, but there's something that's happening right now that, that's happening with Jimmy and JK. And if it works out, if Kuminga ultimately doesn't get traded and he fits and we win, we're going to have to give Jimmy Butler credit, bro. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying?
Games like tonight is really gonna show like if what you're saying is true. I'm not gonna count.
Yes.
those
So no. You're 100% right
Yeah.
here. So this tonight is a measuring stick game, right? So I'm looking at Jimmy Butler and I'm looking at that JK dynamic, right?
I don't
Like,
really care for those Bucks games or Pacers games. The games like tonight matter.
yeah. So I'm looking at Jimmy tonight. I'm looking at JK. I'm looking at the Steph dynamic. If we can figure out how to just make all of that work, meld all of that together, I think we're going to be really good. But Pods, Moses Moody, and Jonathan Kuminga.
You don't gotta pay attention to.
Really
You don't
important
gotta.
that we make you guys work.
You don't
Hey,
really
wait.
gotta pay attention to
Can I
stuff.
say something that's gonna sound like hate to people who like a certain players?
Yeah.
Today could be a very tough game for Pods and Moody. It could be
Bro,
very tough.
Pods can't play this game, bro. It's
He
gonna
can't.
look
It could be
bad.
no. He can
No, he
play,
has to play.
but it could be tough for them. It could be. I'm not saying it
Bro,
will, but it
this is
could be a tough game for those
Oh,
two.
well, why do you say that? I'm curious as to why you're saying that.
he
Because
doesn't.
he
Oh, sorry, go
doesn't.
ahead.
Pods and Moody, they don't deal good with ball pressure and athleticism. I think Moody will be fine because he doesn't dribble, but Pods handles the ball a lot. And OKC, they have just a plethora of defenders. Well, they'll just take it from you. Like they'll get all in your face and they'll just rip the ball out your hands. And we've seen when they pressure Pods, he doesn't turn it over all the time, but he struggles with it.
How did he
And
look?
when you
So,
get in the paint,
so here's what I'm curious about, Jay. I'm curious to see how Pods looks, because he played in this game last year, this same kind of game, but Steph didn't play, right? I want to see how Pods looks because I don't remember how he played. Remember the second time we played OKC? That was a pretty big deal to me.
the one at home, when
Yeah,
Steph
but
didn't play.
you guys haven't
One at home,
played
yeah.
OKC.
Yeah, I
Y'all
remember.
haven't played OKC with Jimmy yet.
Yeah, no, we haven't. When we got Jimmy, we had already played him the 3 times.
Yep. Wiggins and JK had a good game against them.
So
Bro,
Shea
Wiggins was
in that game,
was fine.
they did win that game, right? So I think he shot like 13 of 28, 3 of 12 from 3, 6 of 10 from the line, and he had 35 points, right? So they
Who's Shea?
ultimately went,
Who's Shea? That was Shea that you're reading?
Yeah, Shea was doing that, right? So Shea
Wait, how many did he have in the fourth? Because if I'm not mistaken, the fourth quarter is where they won the game.
he had 12 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Shea was frying.
He was frying Pods in the fourth quarter because
Oh
JK got
my
in foul.
God, bro!
Wait, was JK and Wiggins in foul trouble in this game? I think one of them was.
Kaminga
Wait,
had
Urkel, bro. I have one question for you guys. Like,
yeah.
if OKC decides that they're gonna go big, right, with the iHeart and that Chet 4-5 lineup, are we gonna see some Al Horford minutes?
Yeah.
No,
I
that's
mean, he has
disgusting.
to play. Wait, that's a good question. Is Al going to play today or is he going to play tomorrow?
Oak Tree.
Horford might not play.
Wait, the Warriors have a back-to-back?
We play the Spurs tomorrow.
Are you Hartenstein's mom?
Ooh, I would rest him against Wemby. Play him
Nah,
today.
yeah, I would rest him today. I mean, I would rest him tomorrow. He should play today.
Yeah, he should play today. The bigs
Are you
too.
Hartenstein's mom?
Wemby's gonna bend him over.
Uh,
Are you Hartenstein's mom?
Urkel, you got a big. If you win back-to-back against OKC and Spurs, that's a game changer for your team and the motivation behind it.
So this last game, right? Kaminga was 8 of 21, 38%, 3 of 10, 19 points. Pods 12 points. Andrew Wiggins had 16, right? But no one really shot well in this game, right? But you see the thing, bro, they were playing defense and
yeah.
the scoring was balanced, bro.
See,
I think the key to tonight, right, is to achieve balance like this. If we achieve balance like this, I think we're going to beat OKC.
gotta play defense.
We got to play
I remember that game very
balance.
I
specifically
agree.
too. It was
I
like
agree.
it was the offense just died in that fourth
But
quarter.
we were locking, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm not. I do remember. I don't know if y'all remember. J-Dub gets hurt in this game when Kaminga dunked on him. He
Yeah.
accidentally hit him in the face. And he got like a concussion or his eyes was fucked up. So he didn't come back in. We were clamping Shea. Like everybody switching out to him, Paz, J.K. Wiggins. Everybody was just guarding him really well. And then in that fourth quarter, the MVP just took over. He won them the game. Like you just gotta just don't go down 10-15 early, and you'll have a chance to win. Simple.
I'll be real though. Like if Steph starts turning the ball over and Draymond starts throwing some of those passes, it's gonna get ugly though really quickly. I'll be real.
I said this yesterday. I said if bro either with Steph, two things can happen. Either he plays really fucking bad, or he goes fucking crazy. There's no in between. Either he plays good or he just plays bad. That's all I'm with Steph because he hasn't played in so long.
Yeah. He's like the best conditioned athlete though, so I feel like he should be fine, but I think Draymond and some of those turnovers though, it might get a little spooky.
Yeah, so
If Draymond starts turning the ball over, bro, you got to sit him down.
okay. I think we have to find a way, and this is going to be a challenge, right? And this is not just this game, but this is all season long, right? How can we scale back Draymond, right? In terms of Draymond having the ball as much. How do we scale him back, but keep him on the court?
The ball in our $60 million players' hands and let them fucking figure it out.
We need to scale him back, bro. Like,
There should be no reason Draymond's touching the ball every fucking possession. He
no,
just
Jay,
the ball.
it's so last season I feel we were playing good defense all season long, but Draymond turning the ball over fucked up our defense, right? So it was almost like I don't know, we were kind of like stepping on our own foot, you know what I'm saying? So how do we scale him back but still keep him engaged on defense?
I don't think it's possible.
Draymond, he just needs to set screens and be the secondary playmaker, bro. Like that's it. This shit, cause like the problem with Draymond is that nigga can't score. So when he's getting the ball in a short roll and the pass isn't there, he's just standing there fucking up the spacing and nobody can drive. And when
Yeah.
he's at the top of the key holding the ball trying to play traffic cop, there's no spacing because in the middle of the floor, it's easy to clog the paint. And JK can't drive, Jimmy can't drive, Steph can't drive, so they got to show these tough ass jumpers. He has to be the one setting the screens and just moving the ball. Like if a shot's not there or a pass not there, he needs to
Yeah.
pass it immediately.
I think what you could do with him too is just have him limit the risky passes. That's where all those turnovers are coming. He's trying to find these tight windows. Have him do like the simple pass, to find the guys open, as opposed to him trying to do like this, like passing through the trees and stuff. Because you're gonna need him to have to play make. because of the spacing. So in order to keep him engaged, like if you do a pick and roll with him or whatever, he can make that pass. The guy, if he's in a split action, he needs to make the easy pass, not the bounce pass into like three or four people in between, like the paint. I just think he just needs to cut down the risk on his pass, and the turnovers won't look so bad. Because in transition, he'll like try to throw that one particular pass across the quarter, then it gets intercepted. He could stop doing
Yeah.
that. He could stop like, when Steph is like trying to cut off the ball, like before, like when Steph is coming back, maybe not anticipate that pass and throw it. Just have Steph cut and then make the pass. Like him trying to anticipate some things sometimes leads to those like 4 or 5 turnover games.
The Draymond problem, they have to solve it. If they don't solve that problem, they're not going to win, bro.
I think you could still have him be playmaker. It's just he just got to cut down the risk with those passes. Because with him handling the ball, he's gonna have like 2 or 3 turnovers a game. He can't have 5 or more.
He shot us in the foot last year, bro. I'm telling you.
Yep.
We were a good team last year. But you see, when we were turning the ball over, we were a bad team. I looked at the numbers. When Jimmy got here and Jimmy started to handle the ball more and he could control more, that's when we went to a next level.
Yeah, because the turnovers were down. Jimmy values the ball.
But Urkel, how do you balance that though? Because I feel like you guys want to play fast with Steph, right? And then Jimmy, his kind of inherent play style is to be more like slower, more purposeful, which kind of eliminates the turnovers, but it takes away from that like dynamic offense that you guys like to run.
It works because when they're both on the court, they were, they had one of the best offenses in the league. And then when you stagger them both, they could play, one could play faster than the other. And Jimmy, like, there was a video I think Joe Verray put out the other day where he was trying to get Al Horford involved. That's what I wanted to say, Eric, in terms of
Yes, sir.
leadership. He made a
Yes, sir.
concerted effort to try to get him going from 3, and he had like 4 threes in that game. So
Yeah, because like for us, something that I'm kind of noticing with the Lakers is like when Luca's the one who's exclusively handling the ball, our offense gets very like slow because Luca plays like LeBron, right? He plays like the older version of LeBron, where he wants to walk the ball up, he wants to do half court surgery every time down, right? When Austin is handling our offense, Austin is just like he likes to push the pace. He just grabs the ball and he just goes, right? So for us, it's just about finding that balance. And I think for you guys too, it's like it's a similar thing because I think Steph wants to play fast, but Jimmy wants to be a little bit slower and more purposeful. So it'll be interesting trying to like balance both against a team like OKC that wants to turn you over every time down.
The thing is, where at times in the game, I'm like, they need to run, like run. You get a rebound. If it's not like a center, like Post or like Moody, something like Moody grabbing a rebound, Horford, like that person grabbing a rebound, they need to get it and go. Like, don't be trying to look for Jimmy, look for Steph, look for Draymond. Like, get it, pass
Yo,
it, get it, push it. JK, get it, push it. Like, if you're getting a rebound off a stop, go. Don't be trying to wait and walk the ball up the floor. Like, sometimes too much when I watch the team is they're just trying to play someone playing the half court. I don't know if they know this team is not talented enough to play in the half court every single possession. The
can I
Warriors
say
built their
something?
dynasty off pace and space.
That's facts. Could I say something real quick, y'all?
You good,
Um,
bro? What's good, bro?
yo, what up? What up? So just like how for y'all, Booby Gibbs, you guys were talking in the Laker room about how you want LeBron to like scale back a little bit.
You don't really think he will, but you know, some of the things that you're talking about, how you can maximize the team, is he could like scale back into like a Draymond Green or Aaron Gordon type of thing, where that way you could still maximize Austin and whatnot. So we kind of need Draymond to scale back into like a Looney role, and let me explain. So Looney last year, he was actually a positive with Jimmy and JK with no Steph. How do you do that? How are you positive without Steph when if you swap Looney with Draymond, it wasn't. Well, it's because Draymond, Jimmy, and JK all need the ball, but there's only one ball. You might be able to make it work with two of them, balancing the having the ball and whatnot. I think for our dynamic, JK is gonna have to play more off of the ball, and Draymond's gonna have to play more off the ball. But how it looks for each of them is two different things. For JK, we need that. Is somebody? I heard that before I started talking, but I was like, let me like just keep going.
Matt, bro.
Fucking this, I fucking hate this. Ah! Stop whining, Matt. What? Fucking this, I fucking hate this. Ah! Stop whining, Matt. What?
Matt, isn't it like 1 p.m. out there?
Bro, he's in like a Chipotle coma right now.
It's also cold as shit. When it's cold outside, bro, I just want to sleep. Like my girl's sleeping right now.
Bro, it was the first time all year that I didn't have to turn my AC on in the house. Jesus Christ. Well, I was sleeping, bro. You guys talking so smoothly and soothing.
Damn, Matt, you like my
It's fucked
voice?
up, man.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you.
Do I even give my take after this?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. That's like ruining the
I
show. Go ahead.
I also fell asleep at 4 a.m. It's not your fault.
So,
What were you saying? My bad.
How big is his
help
bulge?
her with that. So, okay. I think that we need Draymond to do like more like a Looney type stuff. At least when you're on the floor with Jimmy and JK at the same time. And a lot of people are gonna think that's like disrespectful, but it's like I'm only talking about on the offensive end. Like Draymond, be Draymond on defense. You know what I mean? We need that. That's why we need him on the floor. But I think the reason why the Jimmy, JK, Draymond thing it's hard to make it work is because they all are better when they have the ball. But if I had to put the ball in one person's hands, I would rather put it in Jimmy's hands. And because he's obviously the most efficient, he's the biggest threat and all that, right? JK probably the best slasher out of the three of them. So he should do more cuts, you know, um less like ISOs, more cutting, picking your spots and whatnot. And Draymond, he should take a page from Looney's book because Looney was a positive 10 with Jimmy and JK with no Steph. With no Steph. Imagine. We couldn't make the that trio a positive without Steph because we say spacing concerns, right? But a basketball thing is you can create spacing with other things other than shooting. For example, you could create spacing with what is it, vertical as a vertical threat,
Like a
like vertical
lock threat?
spacing.
Yeah, lock
But
threat
you
and
could
a
also
screen.
create spacing with player movement and screening. So one of the things that made Looney unique, and we're missing it this year, we just haven't quite come to grips with it yet, is that his screening was so good and so often. Okay, okay. He was so good with his screening because he didn't need the ball that he would go set screens off of the ball. So now you're setting a screen for like Steph or somebody off of the ball to go cut or to flare for a three. Since he's setting a physical screen, not a slip, his man has to come up to the level of the screen, or that's going to be free separation. And when you get okay, man, you hear me talking? Y'all keep interrupting me. No,
Yo,
no.
WCJ. W,
Bro,
bro.
dad life. Hold on.
Talk to him, bro.
No, it's like they hear me talking, they decide to walk up while I'm talking. It's like, yo, have you ever heard of waiting your turn? So, anyways, just to like preface my point, I'm kind of like ranting. To like preface my point, right? If he because Draymond's a great screener. If he's setting more screens, maybe it's not as fun as having the ball in your hands. But if he set more screens, his man can't just sag into drop anymore, because now there's an action up top that is calling him to be there to help. Because otherwise, the defense is going to get put in rotation. And then now you're finding a way to be useful without the ball. And maybe you still even get the ball right out of that action. Maybe they pass it to you right out of that, and then you make the pass. But it's way better than let's freaking dribble the ball for 10 seconds, set up a split action, and then throw the ball into a tight window for a possible turnover. You know what I mean?
The thing about that, CJ, I think
We're
if
running the split
Draymond,
action just to run it because we're out of ideas, bro. It's not hitting the same. And we've
I'm
been
gonna be
doing
honest
this
with you,
like all
CJ.
season since preseason, bro.
CJ, I think that's an amazing dissecting that is amazing, but at the same time, if Draymond changes his role, do you know what that means? He goes from a $20 million player to a $5 to $10 million player who could possibly come off the bench. And I think even last year when they started 12-3, he was relegated to the corner. He went on the podcast and he was saying to BD, he don't like that new role because he feel like he's not involved. He's buried on the corner. So while you are making sense, I know Draymond is calculated enough to not want to be in that position because that would be the beginning of the end of him starting. I can guarantee you that.
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, instead of just putting him in the corner, like, he needs to be in some kind of role where he's still involved. It's just not as much with the ball in your hands, because Jimmy's got to have the ball. If they make it a thing where, you got to choose Jimmy or Draymond, they're going to choose Jimmy. Well, I think that the next level for our team, we got to start putting the ball in his hands more. Bro,
Right.
we tricked off those 2 games, and Jimmy got us back in the game, and we completely went away from him. And then you got his
Why
Offensively,
dude.
is Jimmy in the corner doing nothing for multiple offensive possessions?
Because, bro, because if
Yeah.
Draymond has the ball in his hands,
No, yeah, it's a
Jimmy can't go
it's a
get into his
rhetorical question.
spots.
Like it's stupid.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
not
like,
optimizing
you
like
know
this
what
guy
the
we're giving
irony
$60
is?
million
So
dollars to.
I think that we're actually able. I think we're actually able to make it work with Jimmy having the ball in that same trigger man spot, and then having Draymond be a guy who's more of a utility role on offense. You're still going to get plenty of assists and rebounds. You probably get similar points. You're just going to get less turnovers. It's just a lower
Nah,
usage role.
I actually think, let me be honest. There were really only the only advantage the Warriors had over the years when Draymond Green essentially turned into your point center was the fact that there wasn't no other 6'5" center in the NBA, even at that position for a few minutes. There was nobody at that size, at that speed, with the same weight. So that was the advantage, right? Like you would have to go against Bogut, and then there was this change of pace that would just help the barrage. Now that's not even an advantage no more because he doesn't shoot the same. He's not finishing at the rim the same, and he just doesn't look at the basket the same. So even if you were to taper it down and not necessarily bury him in the corner, I don't think there's nothing of value he truly provides offensively. And one of the worst thing that could actually happen is for Jimmy to play well, which we know Jimmy need the ball more, and for Quentin Post to play well, right? And we see him being effective coming off the bench because say what you want, but it's going to compromise Draymond. Like Clay was benched, ultimately moved off from. We've seen Jordan Poole bench even when he played well. We've seen Kevin Looney come off the bench for his career. The elephant in the room is that same individual. Like you're basically saying, how do we make another concession to Draymond, which they've been doing over the years?
Well, yeah, because I guess my stance is like I don't I don't think there's any way around not making the concession for him, because you need him for the defense. I mean, the thing they probably been needing to do is rip off the band-aid and learn how to play defense without him.
DJ, the thing is that you know, let's talk about Rudy Gobert for a second, right? Rudy Gobert won a shitload of depoys, right?
Yep.
I think he is at like 3, damn near 4, right?
4. He's 4.
So he has a ton of depoys. But when he gets to the playoffs, there's something that happens to him in the playoffs that you can blame in Utah, they used to blame point of attack and all of this stuff, right? But even though you had point of attack in Utah, I watched him have point of attack in Minnesota, and the same shit would happen to him. Okay. And the reason why is because Rudy Gobert has a glitch or a flaw in what he does. Okay. He's a much better shot blocker than Draymond, but Draymond does everything. You know what I'm saying? And the wild part about him now is that he's doing it and he's just doing it strictly based on IQ. I don't think he's anywhere near the same level of athlete, or he moves the same anywhere near he did like even 5 years ago. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that he's operating off of pure smarts, right? Now, I think that that's affected him on offense. I think it's even affected him on defense. But those three elements of defense, he can still do it. You know what I'm saying? And he can still do it better than a lot of guys in the league. I look at our defense right now. Our defense is seventh. Okay. But I'm telling you, something has to change. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to sit here and tell you, like, that we need to dump them or this, or, maybe we need to rip the band aid off. However, it's going to be really hard to rip the band-aid off, and the part that gets me, and it's been getting us for, I don't know, like the last 4 or 5 years, is that we're still really good on defense, and but they have to figure out a way. This same formula here that we're trying to rely on, the team dynamics are not the same anymore. I think we can all agree there. We don't have Klay Thompson running around anymore, right? So the dynamics of him on offense has to change, right? Last season, they put him at center, and we were good, and nobody said a word about it. You know what I'm saying? And this is what I've been saying for like the last 4 years. I was like, this is a problem. The reason why I'm against a center is because of Draymond Green. You know what I'm saying? The center that we want, that the fan base has been clamoring for years, it's not possible with Draymond Green. Why do you think I'm such a good or a big fan of Quentin Post? Because that is the band-aid to it. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Quentin Post is some amazing player, but it makes that dynamic work, right? So I have to figure out, or we have to figure out how we can make that shit work, because he's still pretty good on defense, and if we trade him away and we go right, like, we're going to usher in something else, and I don't know if that's something else we're necessarily going to be that much great at it. So that's what I'm worried about. I am definitely
Or if the
worried about.
ushering in something else is like focused on the now or the later. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it's like, if we usher in something else now, does that mean that we're just going to close any chapter? You know what I'm saying? And that, bro, that dynamic I'm very uncomfortable with, because I looked at the dynamics of the playoffs last year, and there is a world that we could have made the finals last year. You know, a lot of people won't believe that, but there is a world that things swing our way, and we made the finals last year.
Yeah, right.
Maybe we would have just always succumbed to attrition, right? Maybe not. But there is a world, if the ball bounces differently, we would have made the finals, right? So, I don't think we can approach this season the same type of way, and we're tossing games left and right, and we're turning the ball over, and we're just doing stupid shit. The dynamics has to change, and I think it has to change with the Steph and Jimmy dynamic, because we cannot be turning the ball over because we're playing one hand tied behind our backs on offense. Because the the thing with Jimmy now is that Jimmy can just do what Draymond does, right?
And better
On
on
offense, yeah.
offense.
Yeah, he can play make better, he can score better, right? So, Draymond was doing all this great work on defense, right? And then erasing the work on offense. That's literally what was happening last year. So we got to find a way around that. And but everybody and their mama is uncomfortable with him being at center. For years we used to say, well, we can't you can't have him at center and all of this stuff. And then next thing you know, Next thing you know, we see that dynamic kicking in. So we just got to figure that out, bro.
I mean, we saw that J.K. and Wiggins
Hey,
can do
YG,
it.
did you get cut out?
That was a preview as to
Oh, okay.
what happened the season after, which was last season.
Yeah, bro. Like this to me is probably like there's a few priorities we have here. We have the
Bulls would have made that deal. They would have asked for one protected.
we have that dynamic here, and we have the dynamic on staying healthy. I think if we solve for those two, I think we have a really, really good shot.
Brandon, Brandon, what did I say that was so controversial?
No, that was a clip. That was a clip. That was a clip. Oh, he's in the chat.
Yeah, I mean,
Whatever.
oh,
I'll let it go, Brandon.
so like we speaking on the Band-Aid thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, I agree that's one of the values of Quentin Post, but I do think like to rip off the Band-Aid, it could also just be like, we could like not necessarily rip off the Band-Aid, but like put some Neosporin on there too. To like try to heal it up a little bit. Like I don't think it would kill us to get like a center who can like start and play 20 minutes that would hold our defense down enough where Draymond could buy a bench role. Like I don't think it would kill us. But I also understand like whoever that guy is, you have to get like you have to get for like a steal in
But
in
CJ,
the perfect
CJ,
circumstances because he's not going to close. Like
no, but
if you had to
CJ,
choose Draymond or that center, he's not going to close.
wait, well, real quick, bro. You saw the news from this morning. The Mavs, bro, fire sale.
Nah,
What?
they don't really got any centers that like work in what we're trying to do. Maybe Lively, but I
Did
don't
A
think so.
is AD dead?
AD costs too much money,
Hey, AD,
and he
what
might
kind of
be dead
position do
low
you think
key.
AD's
You
in?
seen him, bro? He
Bro, the
looked like
owner
my
just put out a
auntie.
letter saying trading for him was a
He looked like
mistake.
one of my retired
AD's
aunties.
like
I don't know,
Anthony
bro.
Davis, bro.
Y'all are
He's in a tough
look
position, man.
look
The owner literally
y'all are
said in the letter
gassing.
that it was a mistake to trade for him.
Y'all are gassing this, bro. AD, I
No,
understand.
bro. In the
He's
summer,
never
I was
healthy,
one
but
of the
still.
people saying to trade for AD. I was one of the people literally saying that. I was saying that the Mavericks are gonna have to fire sale. That they should have sold all these guys and started a rebuild, building around Cooper Flag. That there's no reason trying to contend after Kyrie got hurt. And people called me crazy. They said there's no way Nico would do it, and blah blah blah. Now he's fired, and they're expected to do some kind of fire sale eventually. You know what I mean? So it's like
Okay, so
never
what
wrong,
player
just
would
early.
you off of that fire sale, CJ?
What'd you say?
What player, based on where our team is at, would you want from that fire sale?
Max. I would say Max Christie, but hella guards.
I mean,
And
if
you
you're
can't even
trading
say
some
PJ
guards
because of
for him,
Draymond
Bruce,
and Jimmy.
stay away from my son, bro. Stay away from Max
Nah,
Christie.
I like him. He's nice, bro.
No, bro. That's
they got a
always
lot
gonna
of
be a
really good
Laker.
players over there.
Stay away from your son.
No,
Y'all picked
I'm not.
y'all's favorite child, which is Luca. The fuck?
I like Max Christie. I like Najee Marshall.
Y'all
I like
dropped off.
PJ
Y'all dropped off
Washington.
Christie at the fire station, man.
Yeah, I think. Oh, that's a good call, CJ. Najee would be a good pickup.
Yeah, they got some
Wait,
really
hold
good
on.
players over there.
Y'all need more help?
Huh? No, we're just
Yeah.
talking,
I know.
bro. We're just making
I know LeBron
conversation.
don't need no help. I
You
know
need more
LeBron don't
help?
need no more help.
Where you driving, Bruce?
When I'm driving, don't worry about where I'm driving, dog.
Where you going?
Yeah, getting Miles Turner, Brandon, that would have been a nice move. I actually wanted to do that too.
I'm gonna be real with you, CJ. So you said something profound, and I agree. You said, I mean, they should probably try and get somebody to the point where I guess you could learn how to not play defense with Draymond, and I guess those are the only things that truly he brings to the table. There's IQ, defensively, offensively, right, which helps the synergy with Steph and helps him quarterback the defense. It
Yeah.
was the ball handling from a center standpoint, even though now the game from the front court standpoint has caught up to him. But like, bro, I'm just like looking at it, dog. Bro, if we believe Steph Curry is who we say he is, I mean, won a championship before KD, one after. I'm not going to hang my high hat on saying you need
him to be in a starting lineup or whatever. Like I would want him to be on the team, and in a perfect world, I would want you to fix the other position, like the 2 spot, and have a solidified 3, which Jimmy Butler would then be. But
Yeah, there's
like,
a world where
bro,
you get like the right two, and all this shit is
yeah, I
easy.
agree. But like, that has been the conundrum the past couple years. You feel me? That has been a revolving door, and so I'm just looking at it, bro. I look at some of these centers, regardless of if they can't play in the playoffs, like Rudy Gobert. If Rudy Gobert was on a better contract, I would want Rudy Gobert. And here's the reason why I would say that. I am looking at the 82 games that first season. The Warriors used to just walk into the playoffs, right? But
Yeah,
now the past couple years, it's not like that because of health and lineup situations and locker room issues. So I'm just looking at
bro. You could
who's a
argue,
player.
Bruce. You could
Mhm.
argue that getting to the playoffs is harder than the playoff run itself.
That's
Oh,
my point.
100%.
Yup, for this
That's
team,
my
yup.
point.
Bro,
So
Yup.
so
Absolutely.
so
bro,
so 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 so
16
that's
games
what I'm
versus
looking at.
82.
So that's what I'm looking at.
Right, right.
Who is it
With
that
the
you could bring
IQ
into?
to sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, because I'm saying like even with Bogey couldn't play in every playoff series, right? There were series where it's like, yeah, Bogey, we going away from you, bro. You know what I mean? And so I would look at a player like that, like who is that player, right? Even from a front court standpoint, I guess you could say now you like Quinn Pose. If he gets a little bit better on defense, maybe you don't need nobody else. But I'm just saying, like, who's a dude that's gonna really move the needle, right? And really help Steph Curry from a front court standpoint. Because are we so Al Horford can't play back to backs. Sometimes he's not even gonna play several games in a week. So it's like, are we sold on Quentin Post and TJD? Because I don't know. I don't think they,
Nah,
I think
Well,
I'm not. And
okay, so
honestly, I prioritize the center because I believe in
Wait.
Moody's upside to
I wait.
over like Quentin Post's upside.
Wait.
so
I
okay,
know
so hear
Warrior
me.
fans hate centers and everything, right? But would Gafford really be that bad of an option?
no.
No,
Gafford is good,
I'm on
but
the pro
Gafford would.
Gafford train.
I don't think Gafford
Nah,
would be good if you got Draymond and Jimmy and Pods on the floor,
you can't
or
play.
even a Kaminga.
You can't play them three together. So
You see what I'm saying?
But
his
If
then
you
minutes will
don't.
be
if you're
But
extremely
then don't
limited.
play them together. Then don't play
Well,
them together. Then.
that's the thing though. Then that means you're paying 20 mil to a guy you only can really find like 15 to 18 minutes for.
it's sad,
You
man.
see the
Every
issue?
year
Who gives
it's
it?
new concessions for Draymond though. I ain't gonna lie.
So a part of this is like you almost have to be able to play him less minutes in the name of like keeping him healthy. But you got to get a guy who's like good enough for the 82, but like also not so good to where it's like, it's a crime not playing him because you want to play Draymond now. You know what I mean? So it's like you got to find a guy who's not like a star level big, but a guy who's like a middling, but like, you know what I mean?
Hey,
The thing
our
about
good friend Brizo at Chasing Wins, he has this buddy for Goga idea he's been talking about for months now, and I'm starting to
yeah,
Goga
Goga
Batadze.
is nice too. Goga
I'm
is
starting to warm up to that.
Bataje is nice, but you see when you the thing about lineups, it's like if you add in one particular player, if you don't complement the other players, it's going to take away. And that's the whole thing,
Yeah,
like with the whole
exactly.
Draymond
I
and
think I
Jimmy
think
thing.
he can pass though, Bruce. I think that's
No,
the
he's an amazing passer, amazing at rebound. I
yeah.
like him. He's good. But I'm talking about Draymond. If you're going under the screen under Draymond, if you're going under the screen for Goga, if you're going under the screen for Jimmy Butler, look at the defense. The floor is shrunken. Like, let's just go back to basketball 101. If that is the case, bro, you're compromised. You're telling me Steph Curry is the only person in that particular
Right,
lineup that's
but why
going.
don't you just play him in lineups that have more shooting? Like, why are you like
Urkel,
I
like
got
we
you.
played
Because you
a
don't have
Jimmy
like a
we played a
ton. You
Jimmy
don't
and
have a
shooting
ton of them.
lineup. I mean, it was against the shitty ass Pacers, but
Urkel and
I,
CJ.
it
I'm
worked
more so
well.
looking. I'm more
Still
so looking
matters.
at it. I'm more so looking at it as if you made an acquisition for a front court player. You aren't making the acquisition to just say come off the bench because I like Quentin Post off the bench. I even like Al Horford off the bench, right?
Yeah,
And every now and then you can pick and choose your games. I am
yeah.
saying if you want to acquire somebody, get your money's worth. Not
I
necessarily for
agree with
30,
that.
40
I agree with
mil,
that.
but just
Right,
get your money's
but
worth.
Buddy for Goga works,
Like
and
a
it's
20 mil
not
guy.
like that's why I like
Okay,
the Buddy
but
for Goga move.
Bob.
It's
Oh, okay,
not
buddy
like
for
a big
Goga. Okay,
investment.
Yeah, but
It's
okay.
not a big
Bruce,
investment.
Bruce and
So
CJ.
let me
Bruce and
say something real
CJ.
quick.
You don't think
Okay.
Sabonis fits in your roster?
No.
I think Sabonis does everything that Draymond does better. in the sense of not from a defensive standpoint, but from
That's
the
the part. That's the
DHOs,
part.
dribble pass offs, right, rebounding, like leading the league in rebounds and offensive rebounds several years in a row. He does all of the Draymond things. So he and Draymond couldn't work.
Yeah, it's like the thing is the guy has to be defensive leaning, but able to like contribute on offense in a way that fits next to like Jimmy and potentially Draymond if you want to do a certain lineup. So a lot of times this is
Y'all
like
are not
getting
gonna
them
like this one, right? But I'm gonna be honest with you. If we're gonna stay with Draymond, best route to go is Quentin Post.
playing post. Yeah. So
Yeah,
that was about
Yeah.
to
yeah, because he
pivot. I
spaces
was
the
about to
floor.
pivot the conversation and say that there's like two philosophical types of defenses essentially, right? Like two like frameworks. So I mean obviously you'd like to have both, but usually a team is stronger on one than the other. So there's the one that's stronger on the perimeter, the point of attack, and part of their defense is like we're gonna take away straight line drives, you know, and we're gonna run you off the line and we're just gonna recover, we're gonna scramble and whatnot. That's kind of like been what the Warriors defense is. We're gonna be versatile. We're gonna run you off the perimeter. We're gonna take away actions like pick and roll, and we're gonna have a strong point of attack perimeter defense. Other teams they do the back line defense where we're gonna have like guys out there and they're gonna do their thing, but our anchor our lifeline is gonna be our back line where we could funnel them into a center or we could funnel them into bigger players. Like the Nuggets, their principles is a back line, just having a big back line because they had Aaron Gordon and MPJ and Jokic. They're funneling you into size. So there's two different types. Now, obviously, some of the great teams have both. Like OKC, they have the perimeter defense, the point of attack guys, and then they have the back line and size with Chet and Hartenstein. Their weakness is the area in the middle. You see, there's always gonna be some kind of chink in the armor. Like
Are
for
you
us,
Hardenstein's mom?
for us, the chink in the armor is our size, our overall positional size. For a team like the Thunder, it's the wings, you know.
It's
So
yeah.
there's always something. So it's really just a matter of like what is gonna be our weakness, you know.
I
Go
think
run
for the
around out there,
Thunder,
Jimmy.
I think for the Thunder, it's more so like they just give up these open threes, right? I feel like that's because they also like to gamble a lot too, right? I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but the thing is, they have the personnel because they run a bunch of guards who can defend and that are quick. They can literally just cover the ground. They can cover ground. So they want you taking threes and stuff because they don't want to expose that they're weak in the middle. That's why wings always tear them up. Like go look back at all the games, like wings, like dynamic wings always give them a really hard time. That's why
Hey
they had a
CJ,
hard time guarding even Siakam.
if we win tonight, right? Not to change the topic, but if we win tonight, what's going to be the path of us winning?
Hmm. Well, obviously the stuff, because they can't guard that. They have a hard time guarding that, the Steph stuff. But I honestly think, like guys like Jimmy and Kaminga's presence has to be really felt, in my opinion. And then, so that's like the offense part. But if I were to get like nitty gritty, I would say we got to take care of the ball. This is the kind of team where you start turning over the ball. It like adds. It's like giving them gas. It's like putting gas in their tank. Or if there's a fire, you're literally pouring oil on the fire. And then rebounding is going to be huge too because they're not the strongest rebounding team. So if you win the possession battle, the rebound battle, you give yourself an opportunity.
So rebounding
Turnovers.
and the Steph stuff. I think if we take over, I think if we don't turn the ball over tonight, because that game that I have on the screen, this is from the game that Steph didn't play last year. We lost that game by 4. We had a lead in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Um, so they they jumped out on us in that first quarter, and then you saw we won the next 2 quarters here, and then they beat us by 3, and it was a 4-point game. You know what I'm saying? So we actually had the lead in that fourth quarter, and bro, I was looking at their team at the time and I was like, bro, I don't think they're that good. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, if we catch them in a series, and it's tough to say a team that won 68 games ain't that good, but they're just built a certain way and they're built for this era, and I watched us with Andrew and Draymond and Buddy and Pods and Lindy Waters, you know what I'm saying? Buddy Hield, Kyle Anderson. And we were giving them a run for their money, you know what I'm saying? And I think that the team that we have now is much better than this team. So I would love to see what they can do against this team. I am really looking forward to this game. So this game is at like 6 o'clock my time or 8 o'clock Eastern. So it is going to be a hell of a game tonight.
How many points did Shea have this game? Like 30 something at least, right?
35.
Oh, Shea was getting
I mean, he's
off.
always going to get his
He got
30.
off in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like he was mid for the first 3 quarters, and then
He
the
was.
fourth
We
quarter.
were guarding him really well,
Yeah.
and then the fourth quarter came and nigga just started going crazy.
I honestly think. Jaden, go do that out there. Do that out there, boy. So I honestly think that all this rest, I wouldn't be surprised if Steph comes out there and he just has like an extra pop to him.
Bro, I hope so because, bro, I've said it before. CJ, I don't think you were in here. Either Steph plays really well or he plays bad. Like I don't see an in the middle game. Like he's either gonna play bad or he's gonna play good. I hope he play. I think he's gonna play good though.
Nah, I think
Yeah.
he's gonna have like 32 points tonight.
Shit, I hope
If,
so. Cause Shea might drop 40.
if Steph wins tonight, he gets a Space Gang chain like the one that he's wearing right here.
And if we lose,
He doesn't get a Space Gang chain. This dude. Hey, Matt, how do you like the Space Gang chain?
that's actually super hard.
This is tough, right?
That looks super nice. That's what the new logo. Who made that?
Golden.
Golden just made that. Golden's been
Yeah,
going
bro. This
off
is
lately,
tough,
bro.
bro.
I wanted to jump in quickly. Like
A bathroom break again. A bathroom break again.
Be quiet, or I'll join. I'll put you on the list with Banjo, and I'll foreclose your computer. No, I wanted to say the biggest key for Golden State.
I love you.
The biggest key for Golden State is to slow the tempo and make it a half-court game. Because even though people say, well, you want to increase the tempo because the Thunder are an elite defense, you don't want to go against their set defense. If you look at the biggest weakness of this Golden State team, offensively or defensively, the biggest weakness of this team is defending in transition. Al Horford is slow as fuck. Steph Curry's undersized. Pods is not athletic. Hield is not athletic. In the half court, the Warriors are in the half court, Golden State is a solid defense because they rely on defensive IQ. Green is very smart. Jimmy Butler's very smart. But in transition, Jimmy Butler at this point in his age is slow. Horford's slow as fuck. Post can't defend in transition. Potts can't defend in transition. Curry can't defend in transition. So if Oklahoma City, with their speed, athleticism, and youth, if they get in transition, they're going to destroy you guys. And Golden State has the more efficient half-court offense than Oklahoma City with Jalen Williams out. With Steph and with Jimmy Butler, your half-court offense is better than their half-court offense with Shea and no Jalen Williams. And the other thing is, Steph Curry hasn't played in over a week. He was sick. So Steve Kerr is not likely going to want to play Curry more than 35 minutes in this game. But Steph's conditioning isn't going to be good enough to play 38 minutes when he hasn't played for almost 2 weeks. And so Golden State does not want to see Steph Curry, who hasn't played in 2 weeks, play 38 minutes in an up-tempo game. This is Denver almost beat Oklahoma City because they made it a half-court game. And in the half-court, Denver was able to defend Oklahoma City with zone coverages. If Golden State makes this a half court game, it will come down to the final possession. They'll have a chance to win. If this is an up tempo game, if Golden State has to defend in transition with Quinton Post, Al Horford, Pods, and Jimmy Butler, the Thunder's youth and athleticism will destroy you guys if it's an up tempo game in transition. If you make it a half court game, you have the advantage. The biggest key for Golden State is to slow the tempo and make it a half court game.
Yeah, I think we want to stay out of the half court situation.
Y'all need Brandon on the coaching staff, bro.
Because
if
the
it's a half
other the
court
flip
thing,
side of the slowing down the pace is now you have to try to score on a set defense. Your only shot might be trying to get them while their defense is not set because their defense is so good. You know,
yeah.
if I had to argue that point.
I think we can execute on them in the half court.
Well, if they do, if they're gonna execute in the half court, I think they got to really make it a point to get the ball to Jimmy because I think that Jimmy exposes a chink in their armor. We were talking about like little chinks in their armor, if that's the right word. I just realized. Um, I think that he kind of exposes, a couple of those flaws in the armor. So if we're gonna do the half court thing, it has to be through Jimmy, in my opinion. Oh, it's a kink in the armor. So am I just over here just being racist? My bad.
They said that about Jeremy Lin, man.
One quick point.
Black Lives Matter.
So the Thunder don't like playing Chet major minutes at the 5 in the regular season because they don't want him to get hurt. And there's more injury risk when he's at the 5 because he gets banged more. He has to rebound. He has to do more. Okay, so the Thunder are going to play their 2 big lineup much more in this game than they would in the playoffs when they move Chet to the 5. In the playoffs, Oklahoma City basically they relegated Hartenstein to 20 minutes or less in the conference finals and finals. But in the regular season, the Thunder like their 2 big lineup because they don't want Chet to get hurt. So I don't think so. Steph Curry has very good numbers against Oklahoma City. His true shooting percentage is 68% the last 3 games. Oklahoma City is obviously an elite POA defense and one-on-one, but they don't defend motion that well, which I think for some people would be surprising. The Thunder are going to play their 2 big lineup a good amount, though, because as I said, they don't want to play Chet at the 5 significant minutes in the regular season. And the other thing is Oklahoma City has injuries with Jalen Williams and Lou Dort out. So that's another reason they're going to have to play their 2 big lineup more. So I don't think Golden State will have I think Golden State will be fine offensively against the Thunder in the half court, especially because the Thunder will have to defend motion with 2 bigs, which is very difficult.
With that being said, I would not be surprised if they start Pods then.
Do you guys have a full healthy roster today?
Yeah, I don't think anyone is out, are they? I don't think so.
Besides
don't
Melton,
sound like it.
besides
just Melton still. Melton's still out.
They might not play Horford, but we won't know that until closer to game time. But yeah, we're fully healthy.
When's Melton coming back?
We don't know.
CCJ, I just have a feeling, bro. CCJ.
We don't know. We don't know when Melton's coming back. The nigga, like, I don't even know. Nigga probably coming back in like December.
Urkel, you excited for LeBron hoops? He's almost back.
Downfall of the Lakers? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just excited for that.
Yeah, right.
CJ, you know you don't believe that.
I honestly don't really care, to be honest with you. I just do it to mess with you guys. I could really care less about y'all's team. But I don't know. Tonight's going to be very interesting. I do think that if they do the double big thing, like Brandon's saying, it's going to provide a runway for Steph to just tear them apart. But on the flip side, the double big could be really useful against guys like Jimmy and Kuminga, who like to attack the rim. So I wouldn't be surprised if we try to play small to keep them, to make them pay for the double big thing. Because if they go small, now they can rotate on the perimeter, and if they go small, that's where you lean into guys like Jimmy, Kuminga, especially Jimmy. If they go big, well, Steph's gonna make them pay. So I think that we're a tough We're a tough matchup for them. OKC is
Who,
built to guard the
how are
pick and
we
roll and
how are we
ISO.
guarding their double bigs though? Because Chet's taking an offensive leap. So what are we doing if, on
You put a
defense?
wing on Chet. You put a wing on him, or you could even
So
you put a wing on him.
Draymond on iHeart and then JK on
Yeah,
Chet.
yeah.
Okay,
Whoa,
okay.
whoa, 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 whoa. No, 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 no. You have Jimmy guard Chet and Draymond guard Hardenstein, and you put JK on Shea.
Yeah, yeah, that works too. If
Or
if
and then you
somebody
Okay,
like
we'll
Moody's
see.
not
We'll
out there,
see.
yeah,
Who you gonna have guarding Wemby? Who's gonna be guarding Wemby?
Draymond. Draymond should be the one guarding him. That's what
I
Draymond.
wouldn't
That's
be
what Draymond's
surprised if
getting
they
Wait,
put
paid for.
what?
Draymond or JK or somebody.
Bro, if Draymond can lock up Giannis, he can lock up Wemby, bro. Come on, man.
It ain't
Don't
about
fall
locking
don't
these
fall for the
guys
hype
up. It's
machine, man.
about taking away the style they want to play, like the rest of the team
And
style they want to
even
play.
and say Wemby has like an average game, they got a nigga that can drop 60 on their team as well. So
Yeah, I think actually, that's gonna
Fox
be
gonna be
another
the real
task.
problem.
Like, who's gonna guard Fox because he's shifty and fast.
I'm playing zone. We're
Hey,
playing a zone.
take the over on Fox, bro. Just take the over.
He's put up some pretty good stats on his first two games. 20 something, like low 20s, 5 and 5 essentially on the
I'll
assists
be
and
real, bro.
rebounds.
I don't think that the Spurs are a good matchup for either of our teams. I'll be real.
Yeah, especially when they decide to lean into their athleticism and grit. Last
Yeah,
couple of games, I haven't really felt that. Well, maybe last night's game, but the two games before that, I haven't really felt that from the Spurs. But
yeah,
when they lean into that youth and that grit and that athleticism, they're a really tough team to beat.
yeah.
They're learning some things, bro. They're learning some things, but
They're just a good team in general. Like they
I
yeah,
got
feel
they
good
are
like
a good team.
you
talent.
know what I feel like is gonna happen. I feel like randomly at some point before the deadline, OKC is gonna sweep and use all a little portion of their gigantic draft capital to get somebody.
Why do you say that? Why would they do that?
Because
Because it's like a use it or lose it.
they've been holding on to draft capital for too long. They just want a chip, and going back to back is even harder. And I feel like they need another piece to really put them over the edge again to repeat. And I just feel it coming. I know this. I know OKC is gonna make a move.
But at what cost?
Because
I
he gets
wonder
banged
what they
more.
even trade. What are they
He's a
They
even
have
freak.
trade?
they have pieces to trade.
Yeah, they can't really
No,
use their
like what
picks. The picks aren't
contracts?
even
With
I'm
that good
saying.
with
anymore, to be
with with
honest.
the
So
amount of picks they have, all they would need to do is match the salary of who they want.
Yeah.
Do you think? What the fuck was that?
That was Benjo.
damn. Hey, that was a very enthusiastic agreement.
Yeah. Nah, but
Yeah.
but for them though, right?
Brandon,
It's
shut the
like
fuck up. You have zero predictions right the entire year. You fucking
you
buffoon.
know the hard part about
He's a
that,
freak.
Matt, is that for one, they don't really have a lot of guys that are like tradable because they did extensions and whatnot. I guess you're probably looking at Dort or Hartenstein, right? But then there's
Yeah.
also the thing where it's like, are you sure you want to mess up something that's working? You know what I
They're
mean?
not trading
Potentially mess
neither
up
one of
something.
them.
Yeah,
They ain't trading
exactly.
Wiggins or Isaiah Joe. That's
So
like
then
$30 million.
you're making a minor move. That's not really a trade.
No, 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 no. Isaiah Joe and Aaron Wiggins, you could combine them to or trade one of them with 2 or 3 first round picks. Like you could
But
get a
but
damn
that's
good
like
player.
10 million is my point.
No, they make Aaron Wiggins makes like 12 and Isaiah Joe makes like 12. You could combine that, get
Are you
24,
sure?
and they got other pieces.
Could have swore they got him on cheap. I
Nah,
could have
they
swore they
did.
got them each on cheap.
They did, but they're on team option deals. They're gonna be traded this year. They're probably gonna be one of them at least. And it'll
Yeah,
be
because you could
Isaiah Joe.
replace them with guys you draft. I get
Isaiah
that.
Joe was definitely gone.
Oh,
I think they're
Aaron
gonna keep
Wiggins makes
Aaron
10.
Wiggins.
Isaiah Joe makes 12. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Like they could get it. If I'm them, I'm trading both of them niggas. I'm not gonna lie. Like they don't
Yeah,
really need either. They don't need either one of them. They don't.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like they just and that helps their cap.
Aaron
I don't
Wiggins
think.
is not a free agent. He got an extension.
Yeah,
Matt,
exactly.
bro. Matt, it's gonna be so great when the Lakers sign Sam Presti, bro. We give him the biggest contract for an executive in the league. Then he leaves
You think they
OKC.
they also package Usman Dieng?
Oh, 100% that nigga's fucking out of there.
Yeah, so
100%.
that's 28 million that they could.
That nigga,
Yeah,
I'm surprised they kept him this
They
long.
picked him kind of high, right? Like
Yeah, he
where'd
was a
they pick him?
lottery pick.
Yeah, like the
low
fuck.
key, they got a lot of guys they can move if
They
they
got a lot
want
of
to.
mid-level contracts. They got a
Yeah,
lot of guys making 6+ million.
man, these niggas got to be stopped, bro. Like this is just a master class of
With
building
GM
a roster, bro.
and if they have to, they could throw Jay Will in there if they really got to.
Who, J Dub or
No, no, no,
Jalen?
no. Jay Will. Jay Will. Jay
Okay,
Will
the
is
meme
the
dude, the
Asian.
meme dude,
Yeah,
the dude
J
who's on
Dub,
all the
bro.
memes. Yeah, on the edits.
No facts. But no,
He's
they
like
can do whatever
the
they want.
he's
Like
like
OKC
the
can do.
freaking you know when a dude's like freaking kissing ass or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the face of that shit now.
Oh, for sure, bro. That's what gets you paid. It keeps you around. That's what
Like
gets
if
you
you look
paid.
at
What? He's like
anytime
their
that meme
GP
is
too.
used, he's like they always use him in that context. This shit's hilarious. Let's be real, they can three-peat. They could, but bro, you know how hard it is to repeat? But I had to yell at my kids. Kids are bad as hell. Niggas think winning championships is easy. No, it's hard.
It's not easy. No, but if you ask me like what the problems are, the things that I talked about this morning, those are probably going to be the main. The biggest one is attrition, right? Like we lost. I think we lost last year because of attrition. Bro, we essentially brought back the same team. You know what I'm saying? Essentially.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we just added Horford, and then that was it.
That's it, bro. Like that's really it. So I think they thought they found something last year, but you know, I will say this, okay? No trade ain't gonna save us, right?
Yep.
That
Agree.
that trade, hey, that Trey Murphy trade that y'all, I see a lot of people are clamoring for, bro. That's not gonna happen.
Bro, I don't even think Giannis is fixing this shit. At least this year. You know what I mean? They would need a whole like off
you're not
season
getting
to like
Giannis.
fucking make a whole. No, I'm not saying we're getting Giannis. I'm saying that like it's like I'm adding to his point that no trade is gonna fix this. You know what I mean? Like I don't even think if you got Giannis, it's gonna fix this. Like you have to fix it with what you got. You have to like
Wait. Why are we acting
get
like the
better as a
sky?
team.
Why are we acting like the sky is falling though?
We're not. We're not,
Like
No,
fix
G.
what? Like we just need a
We're
couple
not
little.
saying the sky is
We
falling.
just
We're
need a couple. We
saying
just
that
need a couple
instead of
little
trying to
improvements, bro.
we're saying instead of trying to, oh, January 15, look for trades. Let's work on the shit we got to work on. That's what we're trying to say, YG.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought if I fix this shit, I thought Space Gang was saying like, oh fuck, like this roster is horrible. Like,
no. That's not what I'm saying, bro. YG, I don't know how much you come in here, but like I think if things turn the right way, we can win the title, and it's really based
yeah,
on if we can stay healthy. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like this, I've been saying this league is wide open for like 4 years now. Bro, I watched the Lakers start off
Um,
0-5, right? They started off 0-5, and they made the Western Conference Finals that year. You know what I'm saying? So if things roll the right way, I think we can be in the finals. You know, but it has to roll the right way. And if we get into the finals, we're gonna win because nobody out east right now is beating us.
Yeah, I think
And I
whoever
think
comes out of the West wins.
yeah, bro. I think whoever comes out of the West is
shit.
gonna win.
I got
So I mean,
I got the Bucks beating now if Ryan Rollins is healthy.
how many free throw did Reeves shoot in the first half last night?
Fucking bitch, I fucking hate
You know,
things. Stop playing, man.
you know you're coping when you're so obsessed with the free throws, bro.
You know
Yeah.
you're coping when you're so obsessed with the fucking Bucks game.
You know what's so funny though? They shot more free throws than us last night. That's the funny part.
What
Yeah.
about when Reeves shot more free
Look,
throws than the other team combined?
they shot. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. They shot more free throws than us as a
Yeah.
team.
That was
Every
such a
time,
perfect use.
every Every time Urkel sees Reeves cooking, he just brings up free throws because he doesn't want to admit that he was wrong about him calling Reeves ass for the past 3 years. Reeves would be your second best player.
Because he gets banged more.
He's a freak.
Yeah.
You guys can't talk about free throws no more.
He's
We're
a
not even
freak.
we're not even top 3 in free throws.
No,
Shout out
it's
to
a
Jimmy Butler.
differential thing with y'all. It's not gonna be like you shoot the most free throws in the league. It's more like on a night-to-night basis, you're just gonna
Matt,
get
You
more
you
free
you
why
throws
is
than
employ
Luka
you employ
on
Jimmy
average.
Butler. You employ Jimmy Butler, bro. You can't talk about free throws no more.
Hey Matt, why is
Thank
Junior
God.
telling you to start up right now?
Because Junior gets grumpy and he gets mad. He when you talk about Reeves, he literally gets angry.
Bro, but it's true. Bro, the man goes to the free throw line. All right. The other night, I watched JK go to the rim, and he got fouled literally 3 times. Austin Reeves, I watch him bump a car into people, and he's at the free throw line 9 times.
Urkel, they don't care about this JK shit, bro. Stop it.
Look at
Austin
that.
Reeves is an all-star.
Hold on,
The
Booby.
difference.
Look at the chat. Look at the chat, Booby. Read that stat out loud, Booby, because you have a more prestigious voice than I do. Go ahead.
Oh wait, sorry, 1 second. I'm about to eat. Sorry, 1
Are you
second.
fucking kidding me?
My bad, bro.
What stat are we talking about?
Look what Brandon said. Butler has shot more free throws than LeBron since 2013. Unbelievable. Don't talk about free throws, bro. You have one of the biggest free throw emergence. At least Reeves goes for and ones. Jimmy goes for the foul and he checks his nails to see if it chipped.
If y'all ever win a title somehow, you should probably erect a statue for Nico Harris.
Oh, we will.
Of course we
100%.
will.
Damn. Thank you,
Yeah.
Nico.
Of course.
Bro, but this shit is actually kind of fucked though, because you know that front office was not trying to pay Luca like $500 million or whatever the fuck it was, like that $500 million supermax, right? And they had Nico go out there as their fall guy, and then now they're firing him, bro. This is a diabolical business.
So you set you set the salary cap at a certain level. You have a guy that is a generational guy. Like these guys only come around once in, every couple of decades. And you're telling me the money is there and you're going to trade him away because bro.
I hate when people say that now, because before the trade happened, people like you guys and people on the internet were saying Luka ain't like that. He's not a winner. He's fat.
Matt,
He's this, and now he's a generational player again.
Matt, he's a generational player,
Oh
but
my!
there are weight concerns. There are weight concerns, but
Perfect, bro. Do you
you
still have
traded
those
him
same
away.
concerns?
You traded him away for a guy that it's wild because we're looking at him right now, bro. And it's like the man looks like he should be on a grill with a Kangol, dog. That's how the man looks right now.
Who, Luka?
No, AD.
Oh, yeah, he looks like he's built like Cam.
Come on, man.
Yeah, bro, it's kind of nasty.
Yo,
AD's built like Brandon.
I swear to God, Bruce right now is in better shape than Anthony Davis.
Probably.
No, he
Because he
is.
gets banged more.
Good shit, Brucey. Keep
He's
it
a
up.
freak.
Banged more.
I do Slapper KD.
Dipshit Kelly Oubre.
To be as big as he is, pause.
Kelly Oubre. To be as big as he is, pause. Isn't this suspicious?
Isn't this suspicious? I love that one.
All right, y'all. Game at 6:00 my time, or 8:00 Eastern, or 5:00
Pacific.
5:00 Pacific, right? So, or specific. All right, so
Pacific.
5 p.m. Pacific.
So we'll have both rooms up. We'll have Space Gang Lakers up, and we'll have Space Gang up, along with the other rooms. And we should have plenty of VIPs to go around. So if you subscribe to either room, we'll have your VIP ready and waiting for you. Other than that, VIPs are first come, first serve. And we will be going right to Spaces tonight. So Spaces is going to be a little after what is it? A little after 8:30 tonight, my time. So tap in with all the rooms, and I'll talk to y'all later.
Bye, Papi. Papa, no. Papi, no.
Yeah.